See if I can remember what's going on. Okay, welcome to our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. We are in the Lemurian Remnant, and the party has they've traveled to what's called the Isle of the Serpent in search of pirates on one level, but also ultimately in search of an artifact which they had found out about through a map that they had acquired from an Ixian slave, basically. But while they're here, they've been exploring and encountering various animals that they've not seen before, and they've come across a temple. It appears a pyramid to the god Yig, and possibly some villagers who had gone missing. So that's good because they had been asked to locate these villagers if possible. So as you guys are, I was put it down before I start. As we're entering into the 22nd day of the 10th month of the 9th year, which is the first day of the Plutonia festival, you are, it's 95 degrees. It is a little cloudy. You had a bit of an encounter in the evening with some kind of creature, but as the dawn was breaking, I guess is when that happened. Now you are, I guess, just getting your stuff ready to make a plan. I think that you want to further investigate this area, unless you've changed your mind since the last time. So what we'll do here is, my screen so I can see everybody. We'll go through. You guys can enjoy your characters. Let me know a little bit about them, what they're doing, what they're thinking, and so on. And I'll start with Nikki.
Nesta the Bard is thinking that she is going to go into the pyramid to try to witness a ceremony, especially since tonight is the festival. And she knows they usually happen at night. And the high priest even invited her, just can't take any weapons. So after he bound up her hand after the snake bite last week. So she's looking at it, hoping that nothing weird happens to it now that she's let this weirdo touch her. And she's also very interested in helping Kaori, because Kaori told her last time that Mojen was enchanted by the priest to worship Yig, and that they were actually keeping the people here. So at least it was implied. So as Panesta, that's what she's thinking about, get into that pyramid to figure out what is going on.
Excellent. Crystal, tell us about your character and what they're thinking and such right now.
I play Sorka. She is a Celtic and she is a druid. She is also looking to get into that pyramid. There are men in there who are spreading very dangerous rumors about snakes, and that snakes will attack people in groups. And Sorka knows that it isn't true, and that they are actually likely corrupting the nature around here. And she's just not going to stand for that. There is a balance in all things, and man is not meant to corrupt nature in such a way. So she's trying to come up with a plan with Panesta to be able to get in there safely and deal with these evildoers who would corrupt the jungles in such a way. And that is Sorka.
Excellent. Tony, tell us about your character and what she's up to.
Brighild, the imposing, the Chimeri Celt warlock, is not coming across as imposing as she's standing there next to Panesta and Sorka, and she looks at him and she goes, I think that it is some wise ideals you have come up with. Panesta, don't see if these people will do you any undue or unjust harm just to be doing it. Maybe if you and Sorka could go into there, I'm not comfortable in going in there weaponless. I would think maybe you and Sorka could go into the temple. And Sorka, since you have powers and abilities to transform into animals, if something does go bad, you could always transform and come and get the rest of us. But I'm afraid the main problem I'm going to have is to try to talk Lachlan and this new guy into staying outside with me, outside the walls. And, if one of you do come to get us and things are going bad, then we will do what we have to rescue you two. But I think it is a wise idea that you two go in and observe and see what you can, Panesta. But you must be careful. That's the main thing. That is Brickhill, the imposing.
Excellent. Wise words. Lachlan, speaking of wise words,
Yes.
Mike.
Lachlan is from the hometown that Brighild is from. They're childhood friends. He feels a bit shanghaied by this right now. Being a man of action, he's wondering why they have not burned the village down and just taken what they wanted. Although he does see the wisdom in, scouting things out and that. It's just at a much slower pace than he's acquainted to. So he's willing to go along with whatever plans. And he's just, kind of itching to get his hands on his bowstring again. But he also now has this thing where he would really wants to ride one of those lizard things. Now that he's seen them bring this giant lizard thing out, being ridden a couple of times, this seems like a new thing he might enjoy. And that's Lachlan.
Excellent. Maybe it's something you'll get to do, one way or the other. Jan, tell us about your character.
So Tulog looks at Lachlan and says, well, if we could befriend these animals, you may get a chance. And Tulog is an Eskimo ranger whose party was wiped out by pirates. In the previous session, he has joined the group after working with them to defeat the said pirates responsible for his party's demise. And, he looks to the rest of the group and says, you helped me avenge my fallen friends. I'll be happy to scout out for tracks or sneak in if you need me to do so. And he looks at the rest of you guys, and he would go along with whatever the plan you have for him.
Excellent. So you hear, as dawn is breaking, you can already hear, even though you're quite a few, maybe a few hundred yards away in the woods, kind of hiding out there, you can already hear there's some kind of low chanting that's happening in the surrounding areas of the pyramid. You would recognize this, having lived, many years so far. You're all probably, you're at least 17 or 18 years old. As some of the mournful song that is sung during the celebrations of Plutonia, if you want to call it a celebration. Essentially, you would know that this is kind of a mournful time with ritual fasting. There are some parades. People generally kind of do this like moaning chant as they march with soot on their bodies. Clergy sometimes leading them. Clergy of young. Of course, you're probably not going to find that here because you're in a temple of Yig, so you might not see clergy wearing these masks that you may have seen before. But you do know that there probably will be less work done during this period because people will be observing, so not celebrating these festivals. So yeah, you've got most of the day if you want to do anything to prepare. If not, we'll just jump forward to whenever you want to go to approach the temple. They had told you, or you would know rather, that the Yig is the ceremonies of Yig are perpetrated under the moonlight. So it won't be until the sun sets before they, start to do whatever they're going to do.
Can I have this jar of rice paste that Clang gave me. Can I have
Right.
Sorka look at it to see if she can tell if it really is what he says it was?
Yeah, sure. You can make a d6 roll, Sorka.
I have natural identification. Would that help me at all?
Yeah, Yeah, so it's going to be a fairly easy roll for you. So you have a 4, 4, and 6.
Okay. And I rolled 2.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, while you've never seen anything like this before, based on its properties, that of the various plant, you can kind of identify parts of it because obviously it's like when you look at a piece of cake, you don't know that it was made of flour and eggs, and so it's a finished product, but you can kind of look at it and you get that it's made out of the base of it is some kind of rice paste, and you can by smelling it, you can smell various herbs that you would know that have the ability to ward off disease, like peppermint and things like that. So yeah, you think that it seems like some kind of curative paste. Doesn't seem to be
Yeah.
anything negative.
Sorka like takes the like jar and she kind of like looks at it. She'll sort of like waft it a little bit, and then she like sticks her finger in it and like stirs it around and like takes it out and kind of like smells it on her finger, and then she like tastes it and she kind of like with her tongue a little bit, and she's like, yeah, I mean, I think it's like just some kind of curative paste. I don't think it's poison or anything like that. Like it does seem legitimately some kind of healing salve.
Good. Then I'm glad he gave us a whole jar of it. Might come in handy if we run into any more snakes.
Doesn't taste good though.
Well, I don't think we're supposed to eat it. And if you get bit on the tongue, I think it might be too late for you. So
Maybe.
thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, and you could
So-
already see would you go to change your bandage, the first time when you pull the paste out, before you're going to use it again, you ever look at it. You could actually see that the swelling around the wound has gone down substantially. And there's less kind of like pus coming out of it and stuff as you're kind of observing it. So it does seem to have made some kind of a positive effect.
Okay, cool. Didn't Sorka heal me a little bit last time too for that?
She did, yeah. She healed the actual snake bite, yeah. Which probably actually would technically probably trap the stuff inside and make it worse, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, before we went, neutralize poison wouldn't do anything, right? It was cure disease that I would need to cast.
Well, yeah, you would have had to have done that if you wanted to.
Okay, because I have
If you
neutralize
became-
poison.
Yeah,
I'm like, but
it's not
yeah.
poisonous.
Okay.
She's not poisoned, at all. It's more that if it can become septic if it's not tended to, but it was tended to, so you don't have to worry about it.
Right. That's all I
Yeah,
had.
it was taken care of. So yeah, you're it's fine, So what would you like to do?
Well, Sorka hears Brighild's plan about them going in together, but Sorka will say the only problem I have with that Brighild is that then like we would both have to go in completely unarmed, and if I transform into an animal in front of them, then they may capture me, and I wouldn't be able to get out to you to tell you what had happened. But if you were to lend me your weapon and I were to transform into a snake, if something happens, I could become human again, and then I could hand you your weapon. That's what I plan to do with Pinesta's boomerang.
Why would you hand me my weapon when I'm standing outside the walls waiting for you?
I'm saying if you went with us unarmed.
No, I'm not going in that place unarmed.
Oh, like I said, I would have your spear. And if something happens, I could
No, it's not a good idea for me to go in there with you. I think that maybe you and Panessa go in as y'all have agreed to, and if I can speak to Lachlan and Tulok and keep them where we'll wait on the outside of the walls, but it would be best maybe just you two go in at first.
Yeah, I just want to observe at this point. I'm not planning on burning the place down.
Well, I'd
Right.
like to go observe. Can I go observe?
No, because they think that you're a pirate, or at the very least, they don't know you're with us, and we need to keep it that way. They probably suspect
hunter.
by this point.
I'm a pirate hunter.
The point is, you coming with us would just look too suspicious.
Well, what if he came separately, not with us?
Yeah,
I mean, it's up to
Apart,
you. I just wouldn't want you to get
get
caught.
with you.
Lachlan, you are stubborn. and foolish, but you will do what you wish to do anyway, regardless of what wisdom we give you. But it would be best if you wait outside the walls with your weapons ready in case we have to charge in.
Okay.
There's some wisdom staying outside because, I mean, Lachlan, you're a burly fella. If you were to walk in there separately, they might see you as a threat. Who knows?
Podesta, how about this? Hand me your boomerang so that if we do, like, if it seems we could fight our way out, I could unsnake and hand you your weapon. But if I go in as a snake and they don't suspect me, I could still slip out all the same. And we'd still have your weapon just in case. If we had to, like, come rescue you or something.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my whip on my hip, just in because it's not really a weapon, more a tool. And that's what I'm gonna argue at least. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll give you
Vanessa,
my boomerang. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Vanessa, I do want to bring out that this is a very dangerous time. I mean, we don't know much about the worship of Yig's clergy out here, and if you go there to observe, and then you would be at the mercy of the clergy. I mean, what if they decide to turn on you because you're an outsider?
I'll be
Oh.
there in snake form.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
And if
True.
they crucify her, we'll just cut her down.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, we'll be right there.
I wouldn't be willing to go in with Pinesta if I didn't think that we could both get out safely.
Right,
Or
but
at least
look at
one
how
of us
far
could get
away
out
we are.
safely.
Look at how far away we are from the pyramid. If
Mhm.
something were to happen inside the bowels of the pyramid, we're not going to have enough time to get to you and keep you safe.
Does the worship take place outside or in the moonlight though? Or does it happen
no,
during the
no, you would. Well, they could do it outside. You would. I mean, you would know that obviously people can pray wherever they want. But they specifically said, and if they did say that, I'm retroactively say they said, they would invite you in. In fact, I'm pretty sure they did say that. It was in the pyramid. They where the high priest does the ceremony. Not Clang, but the other high priest.
In our line of
We're
work,
not gonna-
nothing that we do can ever be guaranteed to be safe. So that's why we're taking the best precautions that we can.
Yeah. And if we
So-
go through the rice fields, I mean, I've already been in the rice a couple of times. I haven't seen any leeches out there or anything. So it's kind of warm too. I mean, it's relaxing. But we can lay out there, and there's a couple of buildings that we can get in, just sneak up in there. I mean, I was running around through there the last time, weren't we? And they just kind of escorted us out the gate. But I think we can get closer to the pyramid in case you need us.
You're right,
Sorker
Lachlan.
can.
But if we get caught next time, I don't think they'll be so merciful or foolish enough to let us go.
Well, then they'll bring us to the pyramid, right? So they're already doing our work for us.
I don't know. And then he points at the, far away where Balky is hanging and says, I'm not so sure with these people, whether they'll be kind enough to bring us inside and have us observe them, especially if they know that we're from faraway lands.
No, but I figured they'd like ritually crucify us or whatever, but we're not going to get to that point
Yes.
because we're better than that.
The best
I
thing to
mean-
do is to remain unseen, like Sorka said, or simply stay out, like Brighill suggests.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a
Well, I'm
way
not
we
saying run around
I-
the village. I'm just saying we could
I
sneak
agree
into
with-
the village.
I agree with Brighild. I think you should all stay here and let Pinesta and I, get to you. I mean, I'm fairly sure that at least one of us will be able to escape safely. Otherwise, I wouldn't be willing to go down, do this plan.
Sorker, can you change from one form to another, or when you select whatever form you change in, you're stuck with that one?
Whenever I transform, I'm stuck with that until
Well,
I
maybe it
become
would
human again and
maybe it
wait a
would
day.
be maybe it would be best for you to select a form that flies then, because you would get to us much faster in a flying form than crawling across the ground and someone stomp on you.
How about a bat?
Well, the reason I would like to go snake is because then Benesta has a reason to say she came back. She can say the snake came and was friendly to me, and that is why I have come to observe Yig.
That story may not pass with them, though. I mean, if that high priest, I'm sure he is very educated and a wise man, and it may work either way. But just my suggestion would be to go into a flying form, but you do what you wish.
I could say the snake bite changed my mind. Surviving the snake bite made me think maybe Yig was with me. Claying did help me.
I'm with Brighild on this one. If you could fly, then you could get to us faster. I mean, should there be a need for us to come to your rescue, it'll be easier. If you were a snake, however, how long do you think a snake could take to get all the way out here?
I know uh, uh, pretty good information about animals, and so I know uh, how fast the snakes crawl. Uh, that snakes can move. Uh, uh, they can move well.
They cannot move as well as a bird in flight, though.
True.
And a bat wouldn't be out of place. I actually saw a couple of them last night.
They can
Yeah, I mean,
move up to like 12 miles per hour.
What's a mile?
They can still get stomped.
yeah, I mean, mechanically, and I mean, you would know this because you're a druid, that a snake can move actually almost as fast as a man. But of course, any obstacles are going to be harder for the snake to go around, you know, or a man could just jump over things. So it'll be a little slower. A bat, on the other hand, would, like, for instance, what Young suggested, would be about twice as fast as that flying.
Okay. All right. I mean, I can, if you would feel more comfortable with me being like a bat, I can do that and that stuff.
I don't know. Brighild is probably wise in this. I think they'll let me in. They seem to want new followers. So I think that if they really question me, I can think of something.
Nesta, you should also take the awful weapon that you carry, the rod. That could be disguised and not appear as a weapon in case you need something to protect yourself until we can get there.
I could become,
yes.
I could just become a local bird and follow you inside without them knowing, most likely. I mean, are there windows and stuff on the pyramid?
Probably not.
Windows?
There's no windows on the pyramid. It's not
Okay.
Vegas.
I mean, I could probably still like fly inside as like a bird without raising too much suspicion.
I will take the rod, the whip, and the blade hilt. Because, it's just a blade hilt. It's just a reminder of an old friend. Like I said before, that's not even a lie. So,
Yeah, I mean, the rod is, interesting looking, that's for sure. It has those barbs on the front of it.
oh, that's true. I don't want to lose that.
No, you could bring it. Why not? They'll hold anything that you want them to hold. They offered you that already.
Yeah, no. No, they're not going to touch that, no. Brighild, I might leave that with you.
So interesting.
I will safe keep it for you.
And I mean, I'll still take your boomerang. I'll just fly with you as a bird, hopefully without them seeing. Some kind of local bird, something that would blend into the area. I'm sure we've seen birds around here.
Yeah, if things go super badly, you guys know I'll probably go invisible. The reason I'm not going invisible right away is because I want to be able to talk to people.
What? You go invisible?
Yes, don't worry about it. It's the black gulf helps me out. It's nothing
What?
evil.
Black Gulf?
Yes,
What sorcery is this?
the black gulf where bards get the vibrations that give them their magic and music.
Tulak looks at Lachlan
Huh?
and says, "Huh?"
Exactly.
Don't
Okay.
even worry about it. It's okay.
It's things like this that would be nice to know before you kind of spring it on us.
Well,
Is
we
there
just learned about it.
anything else that you do that might scare us?
Yes, but you don't need to know about those right this second. Yes, the only reason I'm not going to go in there invisible is because I might want to talk to people. Breakhill, that's why. But I think that's probably what I'd have to do if things go hairy. Try to disappear.
Well, I
Yes.
feel a little bit more at ease knowing that you could disappear from a site at will. He shrugs.
Yes, I have confidence, Panesta. You can more than take care of yourself if needed, but if you're overswarmed, I mean, hopefully Sorka will make it back to us to let us know.
Yeah. And, you know, maybe Brighild's idea wasn't bad. Maybe I should just go in human form. And I mean, I'll just take my quarterstaff because that's not really a weapon. And if something goes bad, you have your invisibility. I can turn into like a bird. And you know, we can each get back here safely, I would say, I hope.
Well, hunting seals is a little bit different from what we were doing, but back when I was hunting caribous and seals in the plain of Lang, I would normally, keep my distance away from my prey and not be seen by them. Having them know that I'm not there is usually a great advantage. So if you could turn into a bird, I'd say, you know, staying away from Panessa and simply observing her for signs of trouble might be the wiser course of action. But it's up to you, Sorka.
Hmm.
I'm only, new to the party since yesterday.
Well, I mean, there would be no way for me to get in from the top. That's the only thing I fear. Plus, you know, I don't. If I get too close to the ground, we know that there are snakes that lurk the area. So I can just transform into a bird and get out safely if I need to, and they won't suspect it.
Well, you think that.
We've seen the pyramid, right? How big is the door that goes into the pyramid?
It's a hallway that is, let's see, I'll tell you exactly. I mean, you didn't walk really close to it, but you get a general idea. You'd say it's at least 10 feet wide. Yeah, you think about 10 feet wide. That goes into it. There's the stairs in the front of the pyramid. You can see in the roll 20. There's like those stairs that go up at the front of it, and that the N12, that little thing in the middle is the entrance. So it's
Okay.
like a third of a square there, and those squares are 40 feet. So
Hmm.
somewhere 12 feet or something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Sorka wouldn't think she could like fly in there without people seeing her, right? I mean, that would be a difficult task, probably.
You would think that if there's somebody standing in a hallway and a bird flew in, they would probably notice the bird. Yeah, I don't think that's a far stretch that you would think that. If
Yeah.
there's nobody
So,
standing there, they might not see it.
yeah. Well, I'll transform into a bird. Vanessa, do you think I could like maybe just ride under your cloak or something, and then I'll be inside?
Sure. Why not?
Could birds
Yeah.
see well at night? And Tulok's asking you earnestly, as you are the druid.
I mean, I'm sure I could see well enough to be able to fly in and out.
That is good.
All right.
Okay,
This
so you're
is a
gonna
great
turn
plan.
it
I feel really good
to a
about this
bird.
plan.
All right, so you're gonna just so I get this clear. You're gonna turn into this bird, and then Vanessa's gonna carry you in under her cloak, a bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
On her finger as an offering to Yig.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That sounds more reasonable.
No,
Barbarian's
I'm down.
smart.
I'm down. I'll do it.
I'm trying to see how big they are. How big is a hopu? Hopo. Doesn't look very big. It doesn't say how big it is. Yeah, it doesn't look very big. I mean, it's not going to be something you could hide very easily. It's probably as big as a pigeon.
Yeah.
But certainly you can do that.
I say let's just go in and observe as people. And if something goes wrong, I will fly out and whatever I'll bird form I need to be.
yeah, if something goes wrong, I will create enough commotion that you will be able to get out in bird form.
Yeah, I think that's a much better idea. Plus, Panesta can also, we know that Panesta can go invisible. And I mean, so let's just, I think we're overthinking it. Let's just go in as people and observe the rituals and everything. And if they offer us any food, allow me to say a blessing over it first.
That might. You'll have to say the blessing to Yig.
Yeah, I mean, I can try and pull that off.
Okay, because they're really big on Yig in here. So.
Yes, I understand. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything to jeopardize us.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Brickhild, please
Nesta,
take care of the rod for me.
I will do my best out here and stand to defend it. And maybe while you're in there, you can also look for any signs or things that would indicate anything about the
Feathered crown.
thank you, the feathered crown.
I absolutely had that in mind, but yes, that is a good suggestion.
I'll keep all my weapons at camp as well. The only thing I'm gonna take is my quarterstaff and my lasso. I don't think a lasso is technically a weapon.
Okay. You don't think?
I mean, if we'll see what they say about it, but I don't think a lasso is technically a weapon. And a quarterstaff is it's a defensive tool perhaps, but I don't think that they should have a problem with a quarterstaff, really.
I will leave
Okay.
my sword, and I guess I'll leave my boomerang out too, since you're not going in as an animal.
Yep.
I will just leave my weapons with you guys. I trust that you will guard them well.
Before you go, what should we do if you're in trouble? We can't just rush in there. I don't think anybody's gonna let us simply walk through that pyramid.
Do you really think that we would just walk in there peacefully if it comes to that? If they beget violence, we are going to bring violence.
And that's why I'm asking, what is the plan? Do we face them head on?
We should sneak into town.
I think if Panesta and I come back, it'll definitely be time for a head-on attack.
Yeah.
If we have to come back because we're being threatened and such, I think at that point it'll definitely be time. Most likely they would even be searching for us at that point. So
If we're in town and they chase you out of town and then we fall in behind them, we can attack them from behind and they would never know.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to come to that. I mean, they actually gave Panesta actual curative things. So maybe they actually just want to make everything look up and up so that we'll quit poking our noses around.
Okay.
It's awfully lot of risk that you're taking just by going in there without your weapons and without backup.
Well, we're adventurers. It's in the line of what we do.
All right, we'll stay out here and Wait for your next signal when you come back.
Yeah, stay out here with the animal talker.
He looks back at Aspeya, and he leans to Lachlan. I still can't believe she talked to those creatures, the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and if you've noticed, she hasn't talked to anyone else since then.
Yeah.
See,
Maybe
she just sits there.
maybe in the meanwhile, if those creatures come back, we could ask her to befriend them so that you could ride them, Lachlan.
Well, I already know there's one inside town that I can ride because they're already riding him.
True enough, but I don't think that animal knows you.
Well, it's trained enough that I don't think that they have just one rider, right? I mean, I think it's sort of like a horse. Whoever hops on them, it's going to be okay for a while.
He shrugs. He looks to Brighild for her opinion.
She looks at both of y'all and just goes, "Boys never grow up, do they?"
Well, I mean, I bought those mammoths. I think this would be something else that would be cool to have around at the farm.
Well, I do want to see you ride this beast if we get inside and it comes to that, of course. But
See?
if it throws you, I hope you don't land on your head. Of course, if you land on your head, it may knock some sense into you, Lachlan.
I'm not going to land on my head. I mean, you know I ride well.
I wonder
Yes,
what.
much better than blacksmithing.
Yes. Well, no.
Well, if you need some help in blacksmithing, let me know. I used to make some weapons a while back.
Oh, you're a blacksmith too?
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Sorka will lean into Panesta and say, if you ask me, Lachlan's already landed on his head one too many times.
He means well.
Well, we'll
Okay.
mind our arrows out here. Good luck to you.
We'll be back.
Indeed.
All right. So the two of you are going to head back to the village surrounding the temple, or the monastery, I should say. The rest of the party is going to stay a few hundred yards back in the woods where your camp was. I'm assuming you're kind of moving your camp around because you don't want to have a camp with a bunch of dead animals. So, but you're several hundred yards off in the woods, at the outside of this very large clearing. You're not sneaking up to go to the rice paddies, right? The remainder of the group. Okay.
No.
All right, fair enough.
As much
Okay,
as
yeah.
I would like to. No.
Yeah, so you guys have made this plan and you've rested and you've done whatever you need to do throughout the day. And you move down Sorka and Panesta towards the unlike yesterday where it was really foggy and you couldn't see anything. You can see it's clear, so you kind of it's cloudy, but it's clear. You approach maybe as it's getting close to the end of the day. And of course, as you come to the wall, you see the bodies there of Balki and the other two bodies that were there before, crucified in the front. The workmen are not there today, fixing the road. And when you enter into the monastery grounds proper, you see there's a lot of people, they're in small groups, like praying, I guess for lack of a better word. You can see that they've dirtied themselves up, they cover themselves in soot. This is things you've seen before, for the for the festival of Plutonia. Where are you going to go when you come in? So I moved you to the map, right? Yes, we're on the map. There you are. So you come in right at the gates. I mean, nobody immediately stops you, just like before. What is your destination?
The pyramid.
And walk straight down. Okay.
Sorka's just gonna follow Panesta around and like last time, kind of pretend she doesn't understand the language.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Yeah, so you get down like pretty much to where about halfway there, a little bit further, where that N8 is, roughly in that area. And when you when you start getting close to that area, probably like to the buildings above it, you see a couple of these shaved head men who have been called now in front of you, the lay brothers, come out and they raise a hand to greet you. They say, "Welcome. All are welcome in the Temple of Yig, but you must come in peace and leave your weapons. And they approach.
Yes, we've come. We've come to witness the ceremony for Yig on this auspicious night.
Excellent. Yes, on the first night of Plutonia, where Phobos is coming back, we shall make our sacrifices and prayers to Yig. And he kind of looks you. So you have a whip on you
Yeah, it's on me.
and a quarterstaff. I mean, he kind of looks at him. That's clearly a weapon. I mean, he's looking at it. He says, "You should leave your weapons with us." And we will. And he turns to the other guy with him. He says, "Inform the priest that we have visitors." And then the guy kind of hurries off. So you're just there with the one guy. You think he may have been one of the people that like kind of you've interacted with before, but he didn't really talk to you. Like he was like one of the people in the back. But he seems to show recognition because he kind of looks and he can see that he sees that you're not like wearing a sword where you were before. So you see that he kind of notices that he like looks at your hip and he sees there's no sword there, but then he sees the whip and he says, "Unfortunately, any instrument that may do harm is considered a weapon."
Oh, okay. I'll leave the whip with him.
Okay, yeah. When you start to undo it, by then like another guy's come out of the building, and he has a basket, and he just puts it on the ground in front of you and lets you put. They don't take. He doesn't physically touch your stuff. He just tells you to put it in the basket. And of course, if you put the whip there, he then looks at Sorka with the staff, which has blood on it from the guy you killed yesterday.
Sorka stands there pretending she doesn't understand the language.
Mm-hmm. He looks at
Oh,
Vanessa.
I would say to Sorka, they're not going to let you take the quarterstaff in the pyramid.
Sorka's kind of like, I mean, it's like really a defensive tool, but very well, it's their rules, and she'll put the quarterstaff in the basket. Did they say anything about the lasso?
I mean, I assume the lasso just looks like a coil of rope. So no.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so yeah, she'll put the quarterstaff in the basket as well.
Yeah, and then once you do that, he says, "They will be fine here. No one will touch your possessions." And he looks at you both very straight in the eye, and he says, "You have no other weapons on you?"
I have no other weapon on me.
And he just turns and looks at Sorka.
Sorka just looks back at him. I mean, she's pretending to not understand the language.
Sorry, she doesn't quite know what you're saying. He's making sure you don't have any other weapons. You don't, right, Sorka?
Oh, no, I don't have any other weapons on me.
That was it.
She'll like kind of lift her arms and like twirl around a little bit so that the guy can see.
Do you say that you don't have any weapons on you?
I mean, in common to Vanessa.
Okay. Do you have anything else on you that's considered a weapon? Yeah. In other words, are either one of you lying? Because if so, make a saving throw versus sorcery.
I mean, I have a lasso, but
Is that
like
considered
I said,
a weapon? Is the lasso a weapon? Is it under the weapons? Is it listed under the weapons?
All right, if it's listed under weapons, then she will also take the lasso off and put it in the basket.
No. You would make a sorcery saving throw.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
you are
I
lying.
have the hilt of a blade. I don't know if that would be considered a weapon.
No, that wouldn't be because that's just used for a spell component. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nothing else on you that's actually a weapon.
Throw.
Yep, just make a sorcery saving throw to see how lying to the
Success.
monk. Okay. Okay. He nods. And he says,
20 actually.
Nice. He nods, and then he says, kind of like motions with his hand, and you can see that the other guy who ran forward is coming back out, and he motions for you to come.
Okay. All right,
simple.
we'll go in.
No, you hear him say, well, I guess you both do because you both speak language, even though Sorcerer's trying to lie. Um, you hear him say to one of the other brothers, he said, he just says, be sure no one touches these items. You know, and then he kind of turns around and walks back, and the guy stands there with your stuff. Yeah, so you head towards the temple. Da-da-da. Let's see. All right, so you enter into the. Oh, hold on, let me move this on. There we go. So anybody watching, I can see what's going on. Let me go to my description. Okay, so you enter into the temple. This is actually, you're going between those two stairs, and it's about 10 or 12 feet wide. The corridor, but it's about 20 feet deep before it comes to those doors. There are, in fact, two men standing at the door, besides the guy, of course, that greeted you. Let me get a little description on here. Okay. No, I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Okay. So there's, as noted, stone stairs are ascending on either side, so you can see they go up to the top of the pyramid. And actually, as you are kind of heading towards, you actually see, you notice, probably you stop for a second, maybe to get your eyes, you see a couple people actually go up. They're behind you at first, and then they go up the stairs. So you see some people are actually walking to the top of the pyramid. It's 12-foot high walls, 12-foot high, so the ceiling. The walls are carved with pictograms of serpentine humanoid figures and other man-like shapes. 20 feet inside, there's a pair of bronze doors. They're 10 feet high, 4 foot wide. There are two of these lay brothers, as we can call them, in front. They have tridents, and they're kind of standing on guard, if you will. You can actually see that more formally than the other guys that you've seen. These guys are actually wearing like a dinosaur leather. Like the other guys had this kind of light dinosaur leather on. They have like a dinosaur leather, like actual like chest plate that has you can see bronze studs in it. So it's a bit more of like a heavier armor. These two that are on guard here. They see you. And they see the guy with you, of course. And when you get about 10 feet away from them, they stop. I'm sorry, the guy in front of you stops. And he nods, and they nod, and one of them reaches into his pocket and pulls out this cylinder. It is maybe like 2 inches by about an inch. So it's a cylinder he takes out of his pocket. And he goes over to the wall where there is actually a circle, like a hole, basically in the wall, and he slides it into the wall. And you see that when he slides it in, it actually glows with a kind of a soft green glow, and the doors open. They swing open. And you're looking down into a corridor that has a kind of a dim light. It's almost the light reminds you almost, because you've been in the desert, almost like desert light. Like it's very white. You know, have you ever been somewhere where it's got really bright out? It's like the light is just very white, very clean, almost unnatural light. It doesn't flicker or anything. It's just lit in the space beyond. And as you kind of walk towards the doors and into the hallway, you look on the ceiling. There's basically these panels that are about 2 foot long, and they're maybe between each one is maybe like about a 2 or 3 foot gap, and then there's another one that they like line the ceiling, and they're shedding this like really, really clean white light as you enter into this corridor. So you can see the whole corridor. So I will reveal it for you with my magical revealing buttons. What happened to my magical revealing buttons? I think I broke roll 20. Oh, there we are. Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah, so you're looking down into this. It is sloping. I believe it's sloping down. Yeah. It's a long corridor, arch ceiling, sloping down. So, and he walked past the two guards. They have their tridents, they stand to either side, and you walk past following this one lay brother down the sloping path. Yeah. He doesn't say anything, really, except for he just walked past, and once you go past, You hear some noise behind you of the two guards getting back into space, and then you hear like a whooshing sound as the door closes, and it seals the bronze doors behind you as you are progressing down the corridor. Okay. So
That
good.
bodes well.
Yeah. So this is the inside of this place. Like I said, didn't say that there, but I'll say it now. The inside, the pyramid itself is like this, like limestoney, like weird stone that's like purpley. This is actually black in here. Like all the walls are basically like black obsidian, and you can see very, very faint glyphs carved. They seem to be very. Most of them, if not all of them, are serpentine. Some of them are like humanoid with serpent features, but they all have like serpent motif, if you will. And you come down into this arched way here, which I will open up for you so you can see. Let's see. There's a big 2 on the ground for some reason. All right. It's a 30-foot wide hall, 40-foot long. The ceiling is arched, just like that corridor. You can see it's lined with 8 intricately carved pillars. They are of green marble. Each pillar depicts a great coiled snake that gazes down on the central walkway. You can see their eyes glint with golden gems, decently large. There's a 10-foot wide, 70-foot long corridor at the north, which we just came from. And he just kind of, he stops and kind of like, you can see that he's looking at these statues as he passes with reverence. But he doesn't say anything or stop here unless you say something to him. He just keeps walking. And you're going to go up a set of stairs. And you come into this room here. So you go up a set of stairs into room number 3. This is a 20 by 30-foot chamber, 15-foot arch ceiling. You got the stake man pictographs again in this room. Pictograms, I should say. There is another one of these lay brothers here. He is by himself. He's just one guy. He's got a trident like the other guy that you saw. He nods when the first brother comes, and you see those double doors to the south. The brother who's leading you in stops at the double doors, and he turns around to you and he says, "Let me tell the high priest that you are here. Wait here, please." And then he pulls out of his own pocket a similar cylinder like you saw the other guy use, slides it into a hole next to the door. It glows with that greenish glow, and the double doors open up. He proceeds through. I mean, you'll get a look at it before he walks through, obviously. You can probably see about that far, maybe. And you can see it's a hallway full of statues, which I will describe in a second. And he walks through and the door's closed, so you just see it for a second. Let me look to see what the statues are. I mean, I bet you can guess what the statues are. Okay, that's a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hallway with arched ceiling. The walls are, they're alcoves, 3 to a side. Inside each one is a statue of an ancient snake man, garbed in long robes bearing strange implements, symbols, and weaponry. Of course, you only see it for a second. So basically, you see alcoves with statues of snake men, and he walks through. And the guard that's in this room is kind of just like looking at you, and he smiles. And he says, "It is good that you have come to the temple, for the true followers of Yig always find their way."
Yes. Did you come with Clang?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I got to meet him. He seems very pious.
Yes, Ling is a avid follower of Yig and speaks directly with the avatar of Yig.
Yes, that seems like such a blessing, actually being able to speak to the avatar of Yig. That's amazing.
Yes. They say, he kind of like talks a little bit in more of a hushed tone. He says, Not that I am one to spread rumors, but they say that a brother who died yesterday is to be brought back from the afterlife by the Avatar. What a blessing! And then he does the sign of Yig, which is like,
Really, a resurrection ceremony?
well, I don't think we get to see it, but others have come back, but they come back different,
Different how?
born again. To bring back the soul to a body that has died directly is a sin against Yig. Only through being reborn can you come back. You will learn. And as he says that, you hear to the what will be the west, so the left side, the way you're facing your right side. That door opens, so this door here.
Okay.
And walking through it is another bald-headed gentleman. He doesn't bear any kind of weapons, nor is he wearing any of the armor that these guys have on. He is leading, though. It's got a collar around it, and he's leading it. Pretty confidently, like not like pulling it like he needs to, like he's leading it like you would a dog. One of the very strange small reptiles you fought the night before, the little ones that kind of gathered around like wolves. One of those guys. And he kind of comes through and he looks and he nods, and then he walks to the other side, puts a key similar to what you saw before in that door, and goes through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see you've managed to tame some of the local wildlife. Is that what
Yes,
Yig's?
it's a blessing of Yig. The high priest is a master of training various animals of the region. You'll meet him soon.
Oh, he trains animals.
Yes.
Interesting.
And the door opens, and the original guy that you had, leading you, says, "Oh, come, Yitz. Yitz. He has a strange name. Yitz. We'll see you. High Priest Yitz.
Yitz.
Yitz. Yeah,
Daniel,
it's-
we've been looking at all these murals and things. Just a quick question. On our way down,
Yep.
do we see any evidence of the legend of the world serpent and the feathered crown? Or the world, besides all the snakes, of course, but the big... Anything that we...
Not particularly, no. You don't see anything particularly about the feathered crown here, no. Not here. No.
Okay.
I'm just checking to make sure. No, you don't see anything about that there. You see, a Yig type, mysteries and stuff that you would maybe recognize as a bard, but nothing specifically about the feathered crown. That you don't see anything with the feathered crown.
All right.
What you do see, though, as you enter into this next space, is standing in the center, right at the bottom of the stairs, so you see him right away, is an older gentleman. That's weird. My roll 20 is going nuts here. Let's just do this. You are entering into the lay brother tells you that you're entering into the temple. Oh, what did I just do there? Just do this. This is the temple of Yig. All right, so there's a lot to take in this room. Right where the number 12 is, roughly, is where this guy's standing. Yitz. His name is, by the way, because I know you like to write things down, his name is spelled Yssssitzz. Yitz.
Y-S...
Yssssitzz.
Okay. Well, that'll be easy to rhyme.
Yeah, it's not a common name from where you're from. Okay. Entering the room from the north doors, characters pass through a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hallway with arched ceiling. The walls of this hallway are adorned with shallow alcoves, as I mentioned. three to a side. Inside each rest statues of ancient snake men. They're garbed in long robes and bearing strange implements, symbols, and weaponry. Broad stairs descend 5 feet to the temple proper. Okay, so this is where he's standing. He is. I'll just describe him when I get to him. I'll start with the temple itself. The temple is 70 foot by 70 foot. It's got a 30-foot high domed ceiling of black volcanic glass. Okay. There's gems embedded in the ceiling. It seemed to sparkle and shine like stars in the sky. And you actually can probably, I mean, you're a bard. Make a d6 roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you could roll 2, Crystal, because you're religious. So I mean, you're a druid, but still a cleric, I guess.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay. So you recognize immediately. Yeah, you probably don't recognize Sorka, but Brighild, sorry, Vanessa, you recognize that they seem to be their constellations, and they're constellations of the Great Serpent.
Constellations. Okay.
Yeah, which is something old. Like old Yig cults would worship the stars, thinking that Yig was in the sky. You know, yeah. So like the ceiling, the floor is obsidian slabs. So there's 2 rows of 6 pillars. They line the east and west flanks of the temple. They're green marble columns. They're 3 foot in diameter, support the ceiling. They're covered with pictograms and hieroglyphs of snake man origins. So here you might see what you're looking for, but you're going to have to look. Like you don't see anything immediately. Sconces on the 4 pillars hold green flame torches. So the whole place is lit with these green torches, which would produce the only light in the room. There are 6 4-foot tall rectangular work of baskets around the edges of the walls. You can see them there. On the south end is a 15-foot high green marble statue of Yig coiled around an obsidian globe. So this thing's huge and beautiful. The statue sits atop a 5-foot high stepped pedestal. There's 2 huge rubies for the eyes of the statue. The scales also, many of the scales are carved out of jade, turquoise, and amber, set into the marble statue. So this looks like it would be worth a king's ransom. Let's see. In the center of the temple, in front of the statue, there's a hole in the ground. Standing in front of that, of course, is the man, which I will get to, and I'll describe in a second. He is a middle-aged man. He's got a long beard, and he's got fine silk robes, which more or less everybody has around here. He's got a golden holy symbol of Yig around his neck. He's got some bracelets in the shape of snakes that he's on his wrist of gold. He's kind of leaning on his staff, which has it's kind of a beautiful wooden staff carved like a snake, except the top splits off and it's got multiple snake heads on it. Yeah, he's got a big old smile on his face when he sees you, and he introduces himself. I heard there were some new people on the island exploring. I had hoped that Yig had brought you here to worship with us. I am Yizit, high priest of Yig.
Hello. I'll do a little bow. Good Yizits. I am Panesta, collector of tales and stories.
Panesta. That's a strange name.
Yes. It would sound such probably to your ear. But if it is my name, I'm from Cromarium.
Oh yes, there is a great Yig worshippers in Cromarium.
Yes, there are.
And then he looks at Sorka.
Sorka kind of stands there, and when he looks at her, she kind of looks towards Benesta.
Oh, just tell him your name.
She will say in common, "I am Sorka."
And he says, in his language, he says, "Greetings, Sorka." And he touches himself and he says, "Jesus."
And like Sorka will also kind of bow respectfully, um, and she will say in common, like, and she'll kind of look to Panesta and say like thank you for inviting us.
Yes, I am always most interested in seeing different forms of worship. Although Yig, of course, is the true god.
He smiles and says, yes, yes, of course. Even though we, of course, know that Jig is a true god, we must always know that other gods exist, and that it is not the place of man to know all, is it?
Oh, I don't know how one man could possibly know all.
He nods. He says, he looks behind him, and there's a big hole in the ground, and he says, oh, and I guess you would also notice, too, that when you look at the hole in the ground, if you look directly above it, it's maybe hard to make out, but you look at the ceiling earlier, there's also a hole in the ceiling. And he says, if you would like to observe the image of Yig, feel free. Just be careful around the sacrificial pit. Things that fall in do not come back. And he smiles.
Well, that makes sense.
He says that. Go ahead.
When Sorka, like, she looks up and sees the hole in the ceiling, does it seem to go like up outside, or does it just go up to like the next floor, basically? Can
Well,
she
I mean,
tell?
you can't tell unless you got right underneath it, which means you have to be inside the hole,
Mm.
because it's at your angle, you can't tell. It goes up, a bit.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to walk right next to the edge of the hole and look up, you could probably try to figure it out.
Yeah, she's kind of interested.
Okay, you do that. So yeah, he kind of steps away. He says, I must meditate before the ceremony, so please forgive me.
Is the ceremony held here in this room?
Yes. Well, the sacrifice is brought here. Through the
Sacrifice.
Yes. So there will be some priests in attendance. And then he kind of he moves like to here, like in front of the statue, basically. Come on, click, click, click. Oh, my mouse does not want to work today. He goes right in front of the statue, essentially. You see what the statue is, obviously. You know what a statue looks like. Oh, did I just make the statue disappear? Roll 20
I think
does
you
not like
moved
me
the
today.
map or something.
Yeah, it's like the map is moving around.
There we go.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is the map moving? There we go. That's better, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me fix this from my point of view. Okay, let me do this. Map and background. So let me go here so that I don't move it by mistake again. That's what I was doing. Okay, anyways, yeah, he goes and sits right in front of the statue. And he kind of sits cross-legged in front of it, and he kind of leans the staff on his legs. And then he closes his eyes and starts to, you can hear him praying, kind of mumbling under his breath. That kind of stuff. If you walk up to the edge of the pit, Sorka, it smells like bad, like rotten, like a cesspool, basically.
Mhm.
But if you get right up to the edge of it, and look up, yeah, it looks like the hole goes all the way up to the top, yeah. Or at least pretty far. You can see there's actually like a ceiling, but you think that it probably, if it doesn't go all the way to the top, it goes pretty close. Like you can see a roof up there, but it goes up pretty far.
Okay. Yeah, she'll definitely step away from the pit especially when she smells that smell.
Okay.
Are they just letting this
does
kind
the
of
smell does it smell familiar in any way, like any kind of animal smell she might recognize, or?
Yeah, it smells like rotted, like death, basically.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you can just determine what kind of animal is rotting by the smell of it.
Yeah.
But it smells like rotting.
You underestimate Sorka's abilities. No, I'm kidding.
Are they just kind of letting us hang out? Can we look at the pillars?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I would like to look at the pillars.
Excellent. Yeah, you can definitely do that. You look around. You start looking at the pillars. Sorka, you looked up at the thing. You gonna look anywhere else, Sorka? You're just gonna kind of hang out.
Once Sorka sees the hole, and she'll probably just basically hang around Panesta, just kind of acting, bodyguardish in a way.
Okay. Let me find what you find about the. Let's see. You see some carvings that are listed as from the scrolls of Yo or Yao, Yao. And they seem to tell. I got box text, so I'll read the story. Many centuries ago, a grand temple stood upon the plateau of Denirmi. There dwelt a child spawned of the great serpent, a child blessed with the powers over life and death, and possessed of infinite knowledge of the outer void. Many were the child's followers, for they came to hear her prophecies and receive her healing touch. They piled heaps of gold and jewels about the child and raised her upon the throne of jade. They called her Nanasa. This is familiar, right? Because you've already seen part of this. And they worshipped her. But during the time of chaos, the temple was ruined, the flock fed, and Nasa's feathered crown was lost. The Star Dwellers say the child slumbers until such a time as her crown is returned. So you got that. You got part of that before, I think.
Yeah, we did.
So you see that. Yeah. So you see that same thing here, that same story, except it's done more in like pictograph style. But yeah. So this is something that you've seen before.
Look at Sorka and say, well, we're in the right area anyway, but boy, this is dicey. We need
What
to get
you
our
do
hands
see-
on one of those keys.
What you do see too is that since it's in pictograph style, and you're not sure if it's because it's a temple or because this is an actual better representation, but the child is shown as a snake with a human's head.
Oh, that's cool. I think.
Indeed, and so are the worshippers are not though. Not all the worshippers are shown like that. The worshippers look more like snake men.
But she's a snake with a human head.
That's right, as opposed to humanoids with snake heads, which you see most of the other. Yeah.
All right.
Well, hopefully, after this is all over, we'll be free to go. I don't think our original plan would work out as we had once hoped.
No. And I do hope that they're not planning to sacrifice us.
Indeed. Well,
we're not so easy to sacrifice.
Agreed.
But they would only sacrifice people who lie to them. So, yeah, as you're kind of looking at stuff, you hear the door slide open above, and some men file in. They are much like the one you saw leading that dinosaur creature. They're not carrying weapons, but they're dressed similar to that person, and they are, all of them are bald-headed. And they kind of get, they like just nod as they see you. They don't make any kind of any reaction really one way or the other, like positive or negative. They just kind of, recognize that you're there, I guess is the best way to say it. There are 8 of them.
Okay. 8.
Actually, there's 9. Sorry. There's 9 of them. And they come in, 4 stand on each side, and 1 kind of stands near the back. And the high priest stays where they are, and they turn. So basically, they're forming what is I'm on the wrong map. So they're kind of like, if you think about it like this, like they're like there's like 4 of them on this side, like going down like that, then 4 on this side.
Mm-hmm.
and then one of them stood here, and then one here. The high priest is there clearly. And then he turns and he says to you, the high priest, he says, come closer to observe and be part of the ceremony.
Well, I'm good where I am. I can see
Okay,
just fine.
All right, so where are you?
I'm towards the
Go ahead and just click on the screen.
there we go. Back here.
Oh, okay. Oh, way back there. All right. I'm gonna see very well with that. How about Sorka? Where's Sorka?
Yeah, Sorka is standing near Pinesta.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so they start some prayers, and you actually hear, like, they pray. They're like, yig, whatever the prayers for yig, and they say it, and then you actually hear from, it's softer because it's far away, obviously, coming from the hole, basically echoing down, a repeat of that. So it's like a call and response. And they they do that a few times, and then you there's like a pause, and then you see it fall from the hole in the ceiling, and then down through and goes through, passes through the space, obviously, and goes down through the hole that's in the floor. Something. It's really hard to say what it was. It hits the ground really hard. You think you hear, and then they start. It was like greenish. It was probably some kind of an animal, but not something you've seen before. And they start again, and then you hear somebody screaming. They're not intelligible what they're saying, but they seem to be screaming. And a few seconds later, you see what appears to be some kind of human fall through the holes, as noted, and fall always to the bottom. And once again, you hear, and then they're like, and then they do it one more time, and again, some kind of an animal falls through. This whole thing takes maybe like 15 minutes. And when they finish, they almost like it's a time thing. Like when they finish, like all the people who came in together just kind of all turn as one, and they just file towards the door and leave. Everybody but the high priest, of course, who is still standing there. And he comes up to the hole, and you see him throw in what looks like to be like some coins or something.
Well, yes, this was quite edifying and informative.
Yes, we must give Yig all the worship that they deserve, so that the world may be brought together as one.
Yes. That seems like a noble and honorable goal.
Yes.
So, those green creatures, were they local wildlife?
Oh, yes. We call them jungle lizards.
Jungle lizards.
It's not a very creative name, but
So are you the one blessed to speak with the avatar of Yig?
he kind of crunches his forehead a little bit. He says, alas, no. I have served Yig my whole life, but I guess Yig knows who they want to do certain tasks, and my task is to spread the word, not to worry about glory.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a high priest. I thought.
You see, he kind of like touches his voice a little bit, and he says, "Yeah, yes, I am the high priest of the temple, but being
I was
able to
just
speak with
missing.
the avatar of Yig gives you special privileges and titles that maybe you didn't actually earn. well, I guess you earned it because you gave it to you, so you earned. Yes, I am the high priest. I am a high priest. There are two of us.
Right. You and Clang, right?
Yes.
I've met Clang. He seems pious, and he was nice to me. He helped heal my hand after I was bitten.
Oh yes, everybody likes Klein.
Yes,
He's very well respected. I mean,
so he speaks to the avatar of Yig while you do the sacrificing.
I prepare the temple for the sacrifice. Clang has decided that it's his job now to put the sacrifices into the pit from above. Well,
Oh,
I don't know. I'm sorry. No, I said that wrong. Sorry. Yig has told Clang that he should put the sacrifices in from the top. So but this is also important. Someone has to be the middle man.
oh, there's no one more important than the middleman. No one. Without you, how would the messages be conveyed from the top to the bottom?
Exactly. Yes, you understand what I mean.
Do.
It is a great honor to be the middleman of
Great honor.
Yig.
The middleman of Yig. That's a good title. I shall write about you in a story.
Well, I think my actual title is High Priest. If you're going to write a story, I mean,
High priest. Okay, High priest, middleman of Yig. That's your title.
no. Middleman is just the job that I'm doing right now. My title would be High Priest.
High priest.
Right. I mean, Clang isn't even technically a priest.
He's not. He's not.
No,
He's not a priest. People refer to him as High Priest Clang.
he's a monk. I mean, would you call a monk a priest?
Well, in certain circles, maybe.
Yeah, I think that this is good. I have priestly duties to handle. I'm glad that you came by. If you'd like to sign up for our mailing list, no. He says, I would be, if you're planning on joining the village, it would be excellent to have you. And when we've heard that you came well armed, and if you are warriors, you could join those of us who protect the temple and the village, of course. Of course, you
Of
need to shave
course.
your head.
Oh, I'm afraid I won't. I can't shaving my head. I've done that before. It's really not a good look for me. I don't think I can do that again.
I see. Well, I mean, think about it. It's a pretty good position.
One more question. So, was it you or Clang who got the message from Yig to come here? Just so I have everything right when I write the story.
Well, this is a good question. Timelines can be confusing in history. Let's just say that we both got messages.
And you both arrived here at the same time?
No. No,
Well,
Clang
who
got
got here? Clang got here first.
Well, yes, Clang got here first. But knowing that he couldn't handle all of this without me, Yig sent myself and and the priests.
And Clang is just a monk.
Right. Well, he has his monks that are with him.
Okay. All right. I mean, maybe I will join to protect the village and your monastery from the pirates that are in the area, or bandits.
Oh, pirates don't come here. We are protected by Yig.
Right. You haven't seen or met with any pirates yourself?
No, of
Had
course
any
not.
misfortune? No.
I don't deal with
Of
a
course
low life. Ugh.
Okay. And what do you, I mean,
Hmm?
do you talk a lot with Mojin, the village elder? Or are you mostly,
Yeah, yes. Well, Mojin is a very, very good man.
okay.
Yes. One of the finest in the village, if not the finest.
Well, he certainly is very protective of the village and seems to be a good leader for the people.
Yes, yes, of course.
And his woman is very sweet as well.
Oh. Hmm. Oh, yes. He did take a woman. Hmm. I suppose that's what something you must do when you are the head of the village.
Yes. Well, Yizits. It was very nice to meet you. And I think maybe you're not getting the credit you deserve.
He starts to smile and he stops. He says, no, Yig knows the sacrifices that I make. You're not, but I do appreciate the sentiment.
I mean, how do you know Clang is actually speaking with the Avatar? Have you seen it? Or did he just tell you?
Oh, no, of course I've seen it.
You've seen it.
The Avatar is what called me here.
No, I mean, have you seen Clang talking with it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I talk to the Avatar, I just don't speak through it. Or it doesn't speak through me. We have a standing meeting every Wednesday at 4.
All right.
It wouldn't be Wednesday, that would be. Hold on. I say Wednesday, but it's a Moon Day.
Well, I appreciate you speaking with me and letting me observe your ceremony. It's
You're welcome. I hope that we do not find your dead bodies in the jungle. It's very dangerous out there. Join us and you'll be safe. And then he kind of like does this thing like, and you see the guy that led you in originally standing there, and he kind of does the, you know.
Uh, before we leave, Daniel, Sorka will like sort of approach the hole, like not too close, but she saw him toss coins down in the hole, and she'll go ahead and toss down like 3 gold pieces herself.
Okay. Definitely. He looks and he nods. You know, assuming that you don't speak his language, so he's not going to say anything to you, but he just kind of gives like that approval nod.
okay. Yeah, we can go. Let's go.
Yeah, and she'll follow up next down.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you basically go out the same way. You know, you head back. He uses that strange cylinder to open the door, each door as you get to them. There's only 2 of them, of course, and you're led back out to the main grounds, where you know, and to your equipment, where you can recover it. It's sitting there inside the basket. It doesn't look like anybody's touched it.
Okay.
The same guy's still standing there. Actually, as you approach it, he kind of nods. The guy that's with you nods, and the guy that was kind of watching the basket turns around and walks away. And then he walks up and he's standing next to the equipment with you with the weapons and stuff, and he says, "It was a great honor for you to come and celebrate with us. If you choose to join, let us know. It is dangerous out there."
It is, and I feel honored. And Yasizitz is a wonderful high priest.
Yes. He is.
Okay. Right. I want to go, talk to the rest of the party now, I guess. I have some
Yeah, I mean, if
information.
you could scoop up your stuff, and like I said, he doesn't molest you in any way. You take your weapons, your staff, and your whip, and when you take them out of the basket, he picks up the basket that's empty, and he walks back to the house. They don't, at least as far as you know, they're not like watching you leave.
Okay.
Because he doesn't,
do
he
I-
doesn't like follow you. Yeah, he just like goes back to where he was.
I don't see Kaori anywhere, right? As I'm just kind of walking out, looking around.
Not unless you head towards her place, because she's pretty far away. It's dark. It's dark now.
Okay.
But you're looking at, I mean, her place from the main walkway is 120 feet, and it's dark. So you see a figure over there, but you don't see her well enough to engage you without getting close. You see her sitting out front. You imagine it's her sitting out front. You're getting the same thing. You see that stone pot that she's always cooking or whatever. And you see the like firelight coming from underneath, and you see people. They're like, still meditating and rubbing soot on them and themselves, and mourning or however you want to say for the
Right.
plutonium.
All right. I think I wanna tell the party kind of what I think I've managed to suss out here. So
Yeah, you guys head back to the party. Nothing disturbs you yet. But back at the party, let's see if anything happened to you guys while this was going on. Who wants to roll a d6 to see if you get found out hiding in the woods there? Who feels lucky?
Wow, nobody volunteers. I'll do it.
Oh, you don't want Tui to do it.
Hey, a 4.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it's quiet. Yeah. But the first thing you guys really hear after they've been gone for a couple hours is the sound of them coming back. So yeah, you guys get back to camp. Nobody has molested you.
Except Brighild.
All right. You're all together again.
oh,
So what
Brighild,
happened back there?
for holding on to my rod for me. But I'll take it back now.
Yep, she will give all your stuff back.
Okay. Well, we witnessed a ceremony and discovered there might be a bit of dissension in the ranks. Well, anyway, let me start at the beginning. The place is pretty much as we thought it would be, unless Sorka, you want to tell, but it's pretty much covered in Snake Man hieroglyphs and pictographs. I guess it wouldn't be hieroglyphs, pictographs. There's some beautiful snake sculptures and statues. And there is Brighild in pictograph form, that entire story that we heard in Jamanket at that wine. It was like a wine cart about the feathered crown and the princess, or the child. But strangely enough, the child was depicted as a snake with human head, which is very strange to me. So we're on the right track. And I don't think everybody's on the same page here. The high priest I met doesn't seem to like Clang.
Yes, I also sense that. There seems to be argument as well over the way sacrifice is done, maybe even what's getting sacrificed.
Also, I'm pretty sure they're sacrificing people.
Yeah, pretty sure I saw a person fall
Yep.
through that hole.
And
Tell
the
us about
feather
the ritual.
crown?
What do they do? Do they pray a lot?
There was a lot of chanting to Yig, so Yig, 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 a lot of that. And then they drop things down the top, or I'm assuming is the top of the pyramid, into this pit that's in the center of the room that we were led into.
So there's an entrance from the top.
Somehow, yes.
I looked up through the hole, and I think there was a ceiling at the top. I'm not sure if it goes to the outside. Right, Daniel?
That's right. However,
Okay.
that being said, you did walk away from the pyramid at night, and you could have looked back with that knowledge. And what you notice is that sitting on the very top of it's a step pyramid, right? Sitting on the very top of the pyramid, there's actually 4 columns that come up, and there is actually like a covered area. So the hole could be exposed to the. I mean, you don't see the hole, obviously. Theoretically, it could be exposed to the night sky, but it is covered, so like it won't rain in there. Or anything.
I could explore it in bat form and come back and let you know.
Well, the question we must ask ourselves at this point is, our mission was to come here to make sure that this girl was safe and healthy, and our appearance is that maybe she was very healthy. She appears to be in decent physical shape and mental condition that we can tell. That was our main deal. The thing about the feathered crown was something on our own, and I do not see going and invading these people's temple to look for this feathered crown. I mean, it is their temple, and we must ask ourselves at this point, where do we go from here? I mean, do we just return and tell them that to return the letter the girl has written to her father? I mean, what
Well,
do you think, Panesta?
well, here's what I think. Well, I know for a fact, actually, that she didn't write the letter. Mojen did. I know she tried to tell me that Mojen has changed. That he's been entranced by the high priest. And that something about they were trying to keep the people there. I don't think Kaori wants to be here. That's what I know. From the impression I got from her when I spoke to her 2 days ago.
Do we know which one of the high priests that she's referring to? You say there's seems to be a division between the two, but which one is the one that is acting in that fashion?
Well, yes, it seems to really like Mojen, but our middleman great judge as a character? I don't know. I think they say that according to Yizit's, Klang isn't even technically a priest. He's a monk, but the avatar of Yig speaks through him. I'm not sure which one, to be honest.
Well, Brighill did bring up the point that your mission was to bring the letter or some sign that the headman's daughter is safe. Is she safe? Or if someone else wrote the letter, wouldn't he look upon the letter and recognize that it's not in her handwriting?
Well, sure, and I will. If we end up just going back, I would tell the headman everything. Okay, I'm not going to hold anything back, including that I think his daughter is being held against her will.
So why don't we rescue the daughter and just bring her back and save us a trip?
That's surprisingly wise of you, Lachlan.
Yeah.
I agree.
And we can also get that lizard with the shield on his head.
Who says that the daughter wants to be rescued, though? The daughter seemed to be fine when myself and Panesta visited with her. I mean, she gave no outward sign of wanting to be rescued from anything.
Well, I mean, when I talked to her the other day, she did. You were back here at camp, Brickhild. but it was when she said that Mojin had changed and that he's been enchanted. She told me this with, not in the letter, but just told me it. And that the people are being kept.
Yes, but
Is
did she actually confer to you, Panesta, that she wanted you to try to break her out of this place or not?
No, she didn't say that. The men came up before she could finish what she was saying.
Tulak looks around the village. I mean, look towards the village and says, "How often do they have this ceremony? Once a month, maybe?"
It's linked to the moon.
Yeah, you would, well, I don't know. Is Vanessa the best person to know this because she's the bard? Maybe I'll give you a 3 in chance, 4 in chance for Vanessa, and a 3 in chance for 3 and 6 for the druid, because I mean it's religious. So
3.
yeah, you would know that. Right, it's usually once a week would be how often they would do it. Usually on the day of worship is when they would, if they can do it more often if they need favor, but typically in a Yigish, the only time it's not done on the worship day is if that day does not have any moon in the sky. It's always done under the moon. So that occurs every once in a while, but not that often. Typically, you're going to have the coming moon. So Sundays basically once a week.
Once a week, Tulak.
Well, if you're offering human sacrifices every week, that's a lot of people. Did we see? Did you see when you were back there a lot of empty houses?
I don't think so, because I wouldn't be able to know what's part of the ruin and what's just empty. Because aren't they rebuilding it, Daniel?
Yeah, they're rebuilding it.
Yeah, so anything empty could just be they haven't gotten there yet. It doesn't necessarily mean.
Well,
So
I don't
could
think the
they be-
worship. Go ahead. Yeah.
Could they be getting sacrifices from the pirates?
That's what I was thinking. And we know I think one of the factions is dealing with the pirates somehow. Obviously, we know that at least one of the monks is meeting with the pirate captain. But I don't know if that's Klang's side or Yisizit's.
Maybe Sorka could go back there and talk to this headman's daughter, Kaori. You said, right? Is that her name?
Vanessa, maybe it would be best for you to use your ability to take your body form away where no one can see you and go and observe the Kaori for a while and see what feel you get from her on her actions of how she's acting around the others.
I think that's a really good idea. I'll just try to stay away from Klang or Yisizits if I see them because they might have sorcery that could detect me. But if I just kind of hang out around Kaori, I don't think, I don't know if Mojin has sorcery, but I don't really
Well,
care.
if you see that she is under some form of duress that you think so, you make that decision and maybe you try to bring her out under the cover of darkness then, and we will leave with her if you think it's best.
Yeah, I agree because you know me, I don't want to leave her if she's being held against her will or under some form of spell and if she says Mojin has changed, it's possible he was a good man who's been somehow corrupted by one or both of these priests. Although Yusizits just seemed very I don't know if it would be him.
Well, I don't know anything
You're-
about the village, but it sounds like it could be that she's afraid that she may end up as a sacrifice. But in any regards, if you're leaving at night, be mindful of your tracks, or even during the day, because the the terrain is muddy. You could leave your footprints.
If you are gonna go, Panesta, and just hang around the village, I could actually become a bird and keep an eye on you around the village, and then I can come back to the group if something happens to you.
Well, you could do that, but you do understand that Panesta is going under the cover of a form of magic she can use where no one will see her unless they have something to detect her.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was sorry.
She could write a letter and have you deliver it to her. Ask for a reply.
A letter who?
To the headman's daughter, Kaori. You could say, "Are you in trouble? Do you want us to lead you out?"
I
If
have
she
a
checks,
feeling any letter I give her will be intercepted.
no, I mean give to Sorka when she turns into a bird or a bat, and have her
No,
drop it off at night.
no. Vanessa's just gonna turn invisible, and then just go see Kiori, so Kiori can just tell her what's going on.
Yes, but my worry is that if there are folks like myself guarding the village, they're gonna look for tracks of invaders.
Well, I mean, I could take bird form, and I can keep eye and see if anyone becomes suspicious or anything. You know, I mean, if, but I think Sorka is clever enough to deal with those kinds of things.
Or we could run around on the opposite side of the village and draw off all the people there.
Yeah, but they'll likely come out and try and kill us, Lachlan. Let's leave this to Pinesta and Sorka.
Oh, you children, would you please just let Panesta? She can handle her own. She knows what she is doing. Let her go under the guise of her invisibility. She will be fine.
I agree.
I can always fly in there on the carpet. That won't leave any tracks at all.
That's
The carpet, that's right.
that's quite talent.
I don't think the carpet would be invisible though. Yeah. Because like a horse wouldn't be invisible if you were riding it, so I don't think the carpet would be. I mean, it'd be invisible if
Okay.
you're carrying it, but if you're flying on it, I don't think it would be invisible. I think that'd be visible.
I trust
Unless you have
your
visibility
talent.
10-foot radius.
I trust your talents, Pinesto. Whatever it is that you think would be best, if you can just disguise yourself. I don't think that they'll pay too much attention to random tracks. I mean, they patrol the area themselves and stuff. I mean, and we have been through there before as visitors. It seems unlikely that they would be able to randomly detect, someone's footprints.
Yes, especially when there's villagers walking around everywhere from hut to hut and different things, buildings themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I appreciate the concern too, Luck, and I will keep in mind to be as careful as I can be.
Do the villagers walk around barefoot?
Yep. They're
Yeah,
primarily barefoot. Some of them have sandals.
Yeah, Tulak says, go in barefoot just in case, Panesta. Just like the villagers.
Do you really think the guards are going to take time to look at random tracks and estimate who has sandals and who doesn't?
If the entire village, if a whole lot of villagers are going around in barefoot, they would certainly notice a boot print.
Ignore him, Panesta. You take care of you, and you come back to us safely. And Sorka will pat Panesta on the shoulder, and she'll do a symbol of Yunde over her.
Well, thank you, Sorka.
And if the girl is under some form of duress that you're able to determine, as I say, Panesta, try your best to bring her out with you under some type of cover or whatever. I don't know, but if she does express to you that she wants to leave, and see what you can do, so we don't have to go back in and let Lachlan storm the fort, so to speak.
Well, we don't have to storm the fort. We could just run around on the outside of it, just enough to draw off some attention.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna go back right now in the nighttime, invisibly.
I guess that makes the most sense. But
I mean, what?
I'm gonna have all my weapons this time. I can tell you that.
Well, what time of night is it? Are people going to be going to sleep soon?
I mean, you don't really know their schedule, but it's not the middle of the night. It's it's night.
Okay.
Probably like, I mean, you have to wait till the sun went down and the sun goes down. I mean, do you want to wait till the darkest part of the night? You could do that. Let's see. The sun rises at 5 and sets at 7:05. So, maybe it's like 10 o'clock or so.
Is that celebration still going on or whatever? Their festival type?
Yeah, you do know that some people do actually stay up 24 hours. Not usually the first day though. So people will likely go to bed at a normal time. But a couple days into it, there is a period where they don't sleep at all. That's part of it. But yeah, people break off and go to bed at normal times the first couple days.
Okay.
So did you want to wait till later or you want to go now?
Well, I'll go now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're invisible, and you leave the camp, and you start heading towards the town. It's pretty dark. I mean, you still see, which you would know that people would usually keep fires burning all night in villages, anyways. They don't want people restarting them. Excuse me. Um, you get about halfway there, and then back at camp. Let's see, Mike, roll a d6 to see if anything happens in the camp while she's gone.
5.
5. Okay. Nothing. Okay, so at that, the camp is quiet. Vanessa's sneaking up. Why don't we take our 5-minute break now before we get into the invisible, booted Vanessa entering the barefoot camp? Okay, we're back. So the party is encamped in the woods, a few hundred yards out from the monastery grounds, and our bard Pernesta is invisible via an invisibility spell, and moving into the grounds in search of, I guess, the camp of the tent of Chiari, to see if there's anything afoot here that might seem like she could be in trouble. Is that true? That's right.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so being cautious about the footprint thing, I guess, you could walk right down the road because, of course, the road's cobbled. So you can do a pretty good job to not leave any footprints there. But yeah, you can definitely be cautious. There are a lot of tracks, but as Tulip pointed out, many of them are barefoot. So, of course, your tracks are still here from the last 2 days that you've walked back and forth multiple times. So,
Right.
so you have tracks from before too. But so you think as long as nobody sees you like making a track, you should be okay for now. And you're going to approach the residence there of Gyori.
Yeah, but if she's talking to Mojen or something, I'm not gonna just walk up there.
Okay. Yeah, you get there and her little fire is burning outside, but she's not there. And if you approach the tent and kind of like listen, well, actually you have a discern noise ability, right?
I do. It is actually you have it written down. 6 of
No
12.
problem. Okay. All right, so you can't make out. I mean, you definitely would hear it no matter what, because anybody would hear this, but because I rolled 7, so you don't succeed. You can't make out exactly what they're saying, but you do hear 2 voices inside the tent, a female voice. So hers clear. Well, actually, you've met both of them. So you hear her. She seems to be in the tent having a discussion with Moshe.
Okay. Do they appear to be raised voices or anything like that? Are they arguing, or are they just?
No, she seems to be pretty. He's doing a lot of talking, and she's kind of responding in a fairly docile way. There's no windows to answer Crystal's question about the temple over the pyramid rather. And these huts, but they do have like a door, like you could just if you want to look in, you could just the door doesn't really close all the way. It's just like a flap basically. But otherwise, and you can see there's some light in there coming out underneath the flap.
Yeah, I'll try to get closer as best as I can. I do have a move silent as well.
Yeah, I don't think you do that for this. You can get close and you can peek in, and you can see that she is actually. So the space, I haven't been here before. The space has just like these 2 like pallets, for sleeping, and a small low table in the middle, and they've got some supplies. It looks like she seems to be cleaning off the table. Maybe they just ate or something. She's got like the food that she's like put it back into a basket or whatever, like this food they didn't eat. He's standing, so she's like down on her knees, her cleaning off the table. He's like standing, and he seems, now that you're close, you can definitely hear. He's telling her that that he'll be back in the morning because there's official business. She does not seem too worried about it. She's like, okay, whatever. And so you missed basically the big part where you explained what it was, but you just hear that part of it, and then he kind of turns and walks towards the door, which is where you are, I guess.
Yeah. I'll like back up and to the side so he doesn't run right into me.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he comes out and starts walking off towards the pyramid.
Okay. I will let him go walk. Okay, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in the tent.
Oh, into her tent. Okay. You could do that. I mean, you got to push this flap aside. So, do you want to do it sneakily so she doesn't see you coming in, or do you just want to open it up?
Can
or
I?
do you want to wait till she's like turned away and then move in quickly, that kind of thing?
Yeah, and yeah, because she knows she should know my voice a little bit now.
Yeah, if you want to do that without like her noticing that you're opening the door, being that you want to speak to her before you get inside. I mean, after you get inside, I'm guessing. then you'll
Yeah.
do you'll need to do your move silent.
Move silent is
Which-
7 of 12.
Yeah, so you wait. You wait till she turns around, and then you slide the thing aside and you step in. And just as your first foot hits the ground, she immediately turns around, and she looks and she says, she like picks she's cleaning up, so she like, picks up a knife and she says, "I know you're there. Don't say you're leaving unless you really are."
Kiori, it's Penesta. You can't see me. I've disguised myself with my invisibility. I'm here to make sure you're all right.
Reaction roll here. Okay. She looks a little bit. She's like, why are you trying to test me? Why are you tricking me? Are you?
No tricks.
I haven't tried to leave.
I know you haven't tried to leave because I'm here to help you. Like I feel like freaking Luke Skywalker in the Stormtrooper. I am Penesta. I'm not trying to trick you. I got your letter that was not written by you, written by him. Are you being held here against your will? Because if you are, we could maybe help you get back to your father.
She hesitates. She says, "No, of course not. I'm happy to be here. There, okay? Leave."
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm here to help you. I would never leave anybody in a situation where they felt like they were trapped. At least, not on purpose.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So she drops the knife and sticks him to the ground, and she says, "Quick, get inside. They're going to know you're here."
I will go inside. I am inside.
Well, yeah. She probably sees the flaps closed.
Yeah.
She's looking around because she doesn't really see you, and then she speaks like very softly, but clearly you're in a small space. You're listening to her, and she says, "They're everywhere, and they can change their shape."
Snake men? Is it snake men?
She makes a face. "I'm not a child. Snake men don't exist."
Well, then what can change their shape?
The monks. The priests, I should say.
Monks can change their shape. What do they change into then?
They change into other people. Like a disguise.
Well, that's disturbing. Do you want to leave? Do you want to get out of here? We can figure out a way to get you out.
I can't leave my people. There's something going on. Where are you?
I will don't Alarm, I'm gonna touch your shoulder so you know where I am. I'll just touch her on the shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, so she turns like mostly in your direction. So she's like this. It's Clang. I know it's Clang. He's done something to Mojen.
Are you sure it's Clang and not Isizits?
No, it's Clang, I think. Yes. Clang seems to be in charge. He's constantly calling for Mojen. I've only seen uses during the ceremonies when he used to be at the top of the pyramid.
Ah, I see.
They say he's inside now, in the
What do
middle.
you think? Yes, he's definitely in the middle. He is a middleman. What do you think Clang has done to Mojen? Some sort of sorcery?
Yes, I think so. Mojen was a quiet, sagely old man, but now he's, well, he's well, he doesn't say that we can't leave, but if we leave, we can take nothing with us, which means certain death. And if we stay, we must follow and do as they say, or be sentenced to crucifixion.
How long have you was it before or after Clang that you became Mojen's woman? Was that your decision?
No, well, no, we were setting up a camp on the other side of the island when Clang and a couple of his monks found us, and they invited Mojen to come and see the temple, and he was gone for many days, and when he came back, he had us all pack up and move there immediately, and then once we were here, Clang said that it was only appropriate that he should have a woman, and they chose me, or he chose me.
I see. I think I understand now. You should come with me. We should get out of here tonight if we can.
They'll find us. Clang will come. He's a mighty warrior.
Yes, he did seem to have a warrior's body when I saw
He
him.
was pretty sexy. He's pretty sexy.
Yeah, that is not what I said.
Oh, Vanessa's got a thing for Clang. Okay.
I'm going to kill you. Okay. I said he has a warrior's body. Is what I said. Then what do we do? How do I help you?
I want to leave, but I'm afraid Clang will follow us. He'll kill you. And probably me.
But if you stay, what fate do you face?
I don't know.
Do they sacrifice villagers during the ceremony? I was at a ceremony and I saw a human fall.
No. Not unless they've blasphemed. The men come. Men come with people, with humans to be sacrificed. Usually, Clang goes away for a couple of days, and when he comes back, he has a group of men with him, and they say that they are criminals, and that they're only sacrificing evil, but we don't get shot to them. So
Okay. I need to get you out of here. I can't leave you here again, where I know that you're here against your will.
a little hard. Just put a little harder on Clang. Yeah. Let me see if she'll go with you. I mean, she did actually. Okay, yeah. So she seems very hesitant, and then she says, "But you know that they'll come for you. If you're willing to take that chance, I will come."
I can't leave you here. I can't. And I have friends, one of whom would probably welcome the chance to help protect you.
The two women
Oh no,
that you.
although they would also help protect you. But I have another friend who I think would be happy to test his mettle against one such as Clang. He's a barbarian, you know how they are. Maybe you don't have barbarians in Lemuria.
There is. I've heard of the barbarians of Lemuria.
Well, that's what he is. He's a barbarian. So Clang is welcome to step to him, and we will see what happens.
Okay.
All right. Okay, God, how are we going to get her out of here? Well, they can't see me, and you're allowed to walk around the camp, correct?
Yes. Of course.
Oh, you know what we're going to do?
What?
We're just going to fly out. We're going to get on the carpet, and we're going to just go back to right outside her tent door. If nobody's looking, we're both going to get on the carpet. It can hold to 500 pounds. We're just going to go up and out, and hopefully nobody sees us.
Okay, so you're going full Aladdin on this?
Yes.
I like it. All right.
A whole new world.
I'm going to
That's
expect
what
a
I
song.
want to try. I'm going to try. That's what I want to do.
All right. Well, let's see. It's pretty dark out, and there's really not too many people around. So I'll say, but there's always a chance you'll get seen. So I'll give you a 5 and 6 chance that you won't get seen with this.
Okay.
So roll a d6. Don't get a 6.
Okay. Oh my God. There is a dice god out there. Oh God, thank God, a 2.
Okay, yeah. So you get on the carpet, and she starts singing. You're like, no, until we get out of the thing.
Up and over.
Up and over. You can do it. Yeah, you're able to. It's dark. It's cloudy, so even though the moon's out, it's not so bright. You are able to fly up over the wall. Nobody seems to notice you as you head back to the camp.
Holy crap!
Meanwhile, back
Okay.
at the camp. Hold on. Meanwhile, back at the camp, Crystal, roll a d6 to see if anything happens back at the camp during this period.
I mean, I'd rather not, but since you asked so nicely. 2.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty quiet there. Okay, sure. After a couple hours, probably between walking down there, talking to her, flying back, and not, trying not to be seen, a couple hours have gone by. It's like midnight. Maybe part of the group's asleep. Who knows? And Podesta arrives back at camp with the girl. Ciara.
Suppose I'm on watch at that point since I rolled.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So I'll go over to the carpet and say, so you made it back safely.
And I will drop invisibility and say, Kaori, this is Sorka. You've met.
Yep. She greets you in her language, of course, in Lemurian.
Yeah, and I
we need
mean,
to go.
Sorka will speak Lemurian at this point too. Yes, I would say we do. And then Sorka will head to the tent of the others and start waking them up.
And I would go to Brighild and tell her everything. I'm not going to role play it out, but tell her everything that Kaori told me. As the reasoning behind. Yeah.
Once you tell her, Brickhill is going to look at you and go, "Get everyone up now. We leave now. We do not wait till morning. We leave now and
right now.
Back to our boat."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Lachlan, I may have talked you up a little bit, so don't disappoint me.
Tulak's going around the camp. He's trying to hide the companions' tracks to seem as if though there are a lot less people in the party than there are. He could hide up to 4 people's tracks right now.
Nice. All right, yeah. I mean, you grab your pole of heads, I guess, too, just to slow you down a little bit. But
Yeah, can't leave that pool of heads behind.
Okay.
Is it still dark out?
Yeah, it's like midnight. The sun comes up at about 5.
Okay. Do you guys want to risk light or not? I could turn into an animal that could see in the dark and help lead us out, or I could cast some light for us so that we can see to get out.
Let's move in the cover of darkness.
Yeah, we don't want to risk light. I don't know how long
Mm.
was Jen going to be. Well, he said he'd be back in the morning, so
We can move.
hopefully no one
in-
will notice she's gone until then. But we don't know for sure. So
Okay.
We can move in the we can move in the cover of darkness. However, let me take the lead. There is something I can do if I stay ahead of us. And I'm
Yep.
going to cast my infrared vision
go.
Mm.
to
Oh,
kind
nice.
of lead the path through the darkness.
I will turn into like an owl, and like that way I can like stay above us and scan like the grounds around us as well, like a little bit ahead of Brig Hill even, and like call down
Cool.
if there's danger.
By
Mine
going
will
in.
last 7 hours, so it should cover us till daylight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have eyes ahead of us, and then I have a bird's eye view, so I just figure it's double.
Yeah, you'll be like hoot hoot. I guess if you see something. I mean,
I tell them,
you get
like
sleep.
I'll let them know if there's some kind of, danger,
Right.
and then
By
I'll turn
going
into an
hoot,
owl.
hoot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Lassie? All right.
Oh,
You-
shape.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are moving. Let's see. You can move a full hex before. Let's see if anybody notices. Let's see how long it takes before somebody notices. We'll do it that way. Oh, okay, you did pretty good. All right, you get the jump on them, and you're moving through the hex. Mike, roll a d6.
5.
All right. Yeah, you guys are moving right along. Anytime that there's any kind of animal or whatever, sign of any animal, maybe in the up front, further ahead of you, Brickhild is with the infrared vision is able to really see them ahead of time and stop the party, and then you wait a couple of seconds and they kind of go past, and so you're able to avoid really any kind of confrontation with any wildlife as you're kind of moving back, and you don't immediately, anyways, confront any of these. Nobody seems to be coming after you at this moment, and that'll put you there. So you're almost to those stairs. So Nikki, roll a d6.
All right. A 1.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
Yep.
Perfect. That's what we like. Go ahead and roll me 3d6 to see what kind of thing you run into.
Alrighty.
This will be just as the sun's coming up.
Yes, sir. 11 plus 1 is 12.
Oh, nice. Oh, very appropriate, actually. Okay. Let me see if you're surprised. Go ahead and roll a d6 to see if you're surprised.
Okay. 4.
Okay, you are not. Roll a d6 to see if they're surprised.
Okay.
Add one extra bonus for yourself because I'm in the party.
Okay. Well, they rolled a 3, so
So that means they're
Just
surprised.
wanna
Yeah,
be-
there you go. Unless they have a special thing. Let me just check. I don't think so. They just have a normal surprise. Yep, you actually surprise this thing. So you're coming up around a corner and you actually step right over and surprise. So it's like right in your path, but you will get to make an action before it can do anything. A very, very, let me add one more very, very large snake. It is roughly 30 feet long. It is like this. Like you think it's a log, and you like half the party like stepped over it, and then somebody, whoever's third. So we'll say Lachlan, just because I feel like you're the third person as my count. You step over this thing and you realize it's a snake. Everybody can do one action before we roll into initiative because this thing is big and it's hungry. So what does Podesta want to do? You see this snake. I guess it's probably in front of you.
Spell.
Okay. How about Brickhill? You're up front. Like, you know, you hear them
Brickyard
say
had
snake.
seeing the party has done this and she missed it. She's going to yell at them to keep running, that we don't have time for this. So
True.
she's
Okay.
going to try to keep
Keep moving.
running if they will.
Nice. Lachlan? What would you like to do?
I'd like to unmute. There we go. He's just gonna hack it with his axe, with the great axe.
Nobody listens to Brickhill.
No, everybody listens like him. I'm going to slap him.
Too luck.
Yeah,
Tulak.
Tulak was like, you know, erasing the tracks as best as he could, and he saw, you know, he heard Brighill yell, you know, Brighill yell run, so he runs up towards him and he sees Lachlan trying to attack it, so he goes off to the side out of the distance of that snake and starts shooting arrows.
So you're gonna do a missile? Okay. How about Sorka?
Crap. I mean, yeah, she sees people attacking this thing now. Ah, dang it. Circa's going to attempt to like peck its eyes out.
Oh, you're gonna fly down as an owl and attack it? Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Okay, so since you're standing right over it there, Lachlan, go ahead and roll initiative for the party, D6. Oh no, you don't have to roll initiative, it's a surprise round. So first would be melee, so that's Lachlan. And I guess technically you're gonna go second phase, I think, Crystal, because you're flying down.
AC
make
10.
it 10? No, that doesn't hit. You're the only melee person, I
I'm
think.
standing on top of it.
Yeah, you're like, well, it's you actually do chop into an actual log that's right next to it. Missile would be next. That's Tulak. Oh, that hits. Oh, that definitely hits. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, you stick this thing with 2 arrows pretty deeply, and it looks pretty hard. I mean, you because it starts to like go, and then it goes, but it's you know it's not dead. You can still hear it hissing. And the spell goes off. Vanessa?
All right, I was gonna try to paralyze it.
Okay. So what, to get to save for that?
Sorcery.
Okay.
Was it more than 12 hit dice? Actually, I should ask.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It rolled a 19 though on the save, which is a successful save, so it does not work, I guess. Is there any effect if it fails? Or it saves successful? It's just
Yeah.
on or off, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it resists the spell probably because it's the pain in it doesn't allow it to. So I think Lachlan's going to attack you because you're right there. You're the most obvious target. And then Sorka can fly down. Oh, I don't think that's going to hit anything though. That hits armor class 6.
That's me.
Oh, it does hit you. Okay. It only. Oh crap. Okay. It does a D4 and it wraps itself around you because it's lifting you. It only does 1 point of damage, but
Okay.
it's now wrapped around you. I guess it won't do the additional damage until next round, but you are essentially trapped by it until you break free. If you'd like to do that, which is you'd have to make an extraordinary feat of strength.
Okay.
If you want to try to get out of it. But now we're into no, I'm sorry, Sorka. You fly down and try to attack this thing. Go for it.
Yeah. So I get 3 attacks, but I'm not sure what my THAC0 is. So my first attack, I rolled a 13. Second attack is a 13. And my last attack's a 19. I'm an owl. It says small size. I can't find. I have half a hit die. Oh, that is my hit die, right? I have half a hit die.
Half a hit die. So you need 0 basically, because you're not 1.
And I rolled a 13, a 13, and a 19.
Okay, let me just check its armor class. I think it's Python. Its armor class is 6. So you need a 14 to hit it. So you hit it once.
So my 2 claws miss, but I do manage to like peck at least near its eye with a 19 and do 1 point of damage.
Nice. It'd be awesome if it only had 1 hit point left, but it does not. Okay. So you're down there like on its face. Lachlan's like wrapped up in it. And everybody else is gathered around. So let's state actions for the next round. Panesta.
I heard Brighild yell. I see Lachlan. I can't really do much for him. I need to get Kiori out of there. I'm gonna bust out the carpet and get her to safety.
Okay. Brickild?
She's
I'm
been
assuming you
standing there
moved
with
the
her
first-
arms crossed, seeing that, and she sees the thing grab Lachlan like that, and she goes to herself, he better live through this because I'm going to slap the silly out of him. And she's going to move towards the snake and try to spear it. So I guess I'll go, what, second phase?
Yeah, you gotta charge at it. Well, you're close enough that you could charge it if you didn't move the first time. So you can go first phase. If you want to charge.
No, she's not. She's going to walk like a daisy
Okay.
whoop. She's not really going to
Okay.
charge it.
All right, then you'll go second phase. Lachlan, go ahead and high or low to see if your hands are free. What do you like?
Hi.
High?
Hi.
Nope, you're wrapped up. So
Okay.
your options are more or less trying to break out of this thing because you are unable to use your weapons at this point unless you have something else you want to do.
Yep. I'll try
Let's
to break
break it.
loose.
Okay. How about Tulip? What's your plan?
I'll be using missiles.
Missile? Okay. And Sorka? You're gonna keep fighting it with the bird face thing? Or something?
It'll take Nessa like a round or so to get her carpet down, right?
She'll be able to lay it down during the first phase, probably, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, for now I'll continue to attack this thing in owl form.
Okay. All right, let's roll the shift since it's on wrapped around you there, Mike. Go ahead and roll a d6. They got a 5.
2.
Oof. Okay. So it's going to crush you for 2d6. Let's do that right away. Oh, wow. You are the luckiest person. Does 2d6, I rolled 2 1s. So you take 2 points of damage.
Yay.
However, it is going to try to, let's say, high or low, Crystal, to see if the snake either bites you or decides to bite Lachlan, who it's already got.
Low.
Oh, high. Okay, so it's going after the owl.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, you still keep your hit points, so I don't think that's going to... Well, it got a 19, though, so it's definitely going to hit you.
Yeah, I think I get like half the hit points of the animal I turn into, and then like I just change back to my normal form after that or something. If I remember correctly.
No, you have your own hit points.
Oh, okay.
You heal up when you change. But you take its armor class and stuff. So it's going to hit you with a 19, but it doesn't do much damage. So let's see. I thought it was only a d4. Yeah, so you're biting at it, clawing at it, and it just like and it bites at you and hits you just for 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we circle around and we're going melee, which would be Sorka.
Okay. So I'll roll 3d20 then. And I need a 14 to hit, so I hit it with 1 claw.
Nice.
For 1 point of damage.
Okay.
So like it kind of
Slowly but
bites at
surely.
me and like, I claw it.
Slowly but surely breaking it down. Missile attacks. So that would be
7 points of damage total. Does
Nice.
it hit AC5? I hit AC5 and AC3.
AC5. Yeah, its AC is actually 6, so that does hit. Yep.
Okay. Total
Yeah,
of 7
that kills
points.
it. That actually kills it. With the 2 points that Sorka did, that actually that actually was enough exactly to kill it. So
Nice.
yeah, so 2 more arrows stick into this thing as Lachlan's like pushing apart, and you feel it like lose its grip on you to push it down. And I guess Briggle walks up and stabs it.
She
I don't know if
stabs
you
right
want-
next to Lachlan, right? I mean, right as close as she can.
Nice.
I don't know if you want to do anything now about it, Daniel, but I forgot to I didn't mention because I forgot we were doing it. I did roll a nat 1, my second attack.
Oh, I don't worry about it. I don't think it matters at this point, unless your third attack was the one that hit.
But
either way,
it
it would
was
still
my
be-
first attack hit, and then it was a
Okay.
nat 1.
All right, well then you're fine. Because that would have been the only thing. Because then it would have 1 hit point left, and then it wouldn't be dead. So that would make a big difference. But otherwise, don't worry about it. Awesome. Yeah, you killed the snake. The carpet's on the ground now. I don't know if you want to use it or not. If you want to go back to walking. I think
Yeah, I'll put it back.
it only flashed for so long, right? I can't remember exactly.
Yeah. I have it.
Did
I
you
have
say
it.
it's daylight or getting close to daylight, Daniel? or
Yeah,
not?
yeah. It's daylight now. You're like early morning. Like it's like 6 a.m. and the sun came up at 5.
Yeah, Brickhill is going to look to where Sorka is and tell her, say, maybe you should fly back a little ways to see if we are being followed yet.
Sorka will like caw in response, and then like she will flap her wings and fly off towards the back.
Okay, so you're gonna hoot. All right.
Yeah, like I hoot to let her know I understand, and then I will fly off like towards the back to see if we're being followed or not.
Look, Brickhill could talk to the animals as well.
Then she's going to look, yeah, and then she's going to talk to the animal named Lachlan, and she's going to go, we do not have time for you to chop this snake up and carry its head too. We must keep moving.
Oh, well, I was going to skin it. So,
No,
We don't have time for that.
Let's get moving. There's no way that I can hide this track.
Yeah,
Let's run.
True.
okay.
The carpet actually doesn't have a time limit that I can see
Oh.
on the thing you sent me
Oh.
or the thing I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
So we're gonna fly. We are gonna use it, but we're gonna stay
Nice.
lower to the ground, just so I can keep her kind of up and out as much as I can out of harm's way.
Perfect. Yeah, you
Not
definitely
that
do
there are
that.
things in the sky that can't get me, but if I see them, I'll go back down. Just so you
Yeah,
know,
I
I'm
mean,
on the
if you-
lookout for giant birds and bird things.
Yeah, and of course, if you remember the trees are like almost 100 feet tall with the foliage kind
Yeah.
of coming across, so it's actually kind of dark inside the jungle, like relatively speaking. I mean, it's daylight, so you can see. And obviously, like a small bird, like an owl's flying around inside, but those giant things wouldn't be able to get in here very easily.
Yeah, we're
they
not
need to-
flying
they need
very
open air.
like super high. We're just
Yeah.
and the
Fair
carpet
enough.
has a movement of 60.
Oh, awesome. All right, yeah. So you're definitely good. I don't think anybody's really slowed down because even though Lachlan's carrying 150 pounds of heads, I don't think he has much else. He's
Yeah.
really strong. Yeah, I think you're still not encumbered with your strength, even with 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. What's your strength?
18.
Yeah, you can only carry 125 pounds. So with the heads, you're actually encumbered.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're actually only moving 30. Well, no, 40 because you have a faster speed normally. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm
All right,
actually
that's fine.
keeping up with everybody instead of.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Instead of being ahead. All right. Cool. All right, so it doesn't actually affect you. I was factoring it on based on that. All right, so yeah, you guys are moving. Sorka, you fly back a bit, and everybody else starts to move forward. I don't know how far back do you want to keep flying till you find somebody, or are you just going to fly back 100 feet? I mean, how far back do you want to go?
I'll go like say one maybe two, like 2 rounds. I can fly at 80 feet per second or per second per round. So I'll fly back like say a round, maybe a round and a half or something, and then
All right.
if I don't
So not
if I
very
don't
far.
see anyone or whatever, yeah,
Okay.
and
yeah,
then
so
I'll
a couple
fly back.
No problem. Yeah, I don't think you had a pretty good jump on him. No, you don't actually see. Well, you do see something. Roll 3d6 to see what you encounter back there. And if
Oh,
it cares
nice.
about you as an owl. I mean, luckily you're an owl, so it probably doesn't care about you, but you never know.
Yeah, 3d6. Okay, 8.
8. Oh. Now you're flying. It's not going to bother you. You see some terror birds back there, but they can't reach you. They don't fly. So, because they might eat you, but they can't reach you. So you don't see any of the monks as you guys move forward.
Okay.
Okay. So
So-
now,
Oh, I was gonna say she'll fly back, but she won't make any like hoots or anything because there's no like immediate danger.
fair enough. All right. So you guys are just about at those stairs going down. So let's have Tony roll a d6 to see if you guys encounter anything there. Now I'm jumping you forward hours because if you're not hitting anybody, so another few hours will come by.
that is a 3.
Okay, yeah, you get to the stairs and it looks pretty clear. You don't even see any of those giant birds above them, and you're able to kind of make your way down those stairs if you so choose. You know, if you remember where those stairs were. I'm assuming you're following the same path because you know what you're going back the same way you came, and that's what I'm assuming you're doing. But obviously, you could take a different route if you want. Your boat is actually here, right? You came up here where that river was, and then you went around. You followed the thing, and then you actually went all the way to here, and then you came back up around. But you obviously to split the difference. You just don't know what this area over here is. If you want to try to cut through it or not, you could take a shortcut if you want, but that's up to you.
No, if
Would you wanna take-
Brickyle's still leading the way, she'd go the way that we come. The only way that for sure that we know.
Okay, yeah, yeah. You figure it might be longer, but at least you know what's there. Let's see. Okay, so you get down the stairs. You get to about right here, and let's have Mike roll a d6.
3.
Okay, good. You get down. So now you're getting close to the end of the day. I mean, you're moving quickly, and you started early, so you're actually like down here, like near the where you spotted the camp before. I mean, you've traveled many miles. It's getting to, well, that wouldn't really be the end of the day. It'd probably be like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. He does. It'd be like 8 hours into you guys moving. So go ahead, y'all, and roll a d6. Nice.
Always
Always.
one.
It's always somebody. Yep. Go ahead and roll 3d6 to see what you guys may encounter.
All right. Eight.
Okay. This is actually similar to what you encountered last time you were here. Roll a d6. Oh, we only can be surprised on a 1, right? So roll a d6 and see if you're surprised. Okay, and then roll a d6 to see if they're surprised. They can be actually surprised on a 1, 2, or 3 because you're the group. Nope. All right, so neither group is surprised. So you guys kind of you're coming around the path, and you see coming out of the woods something you've seen before. Those you see 3 of those giant terror birds. You know, they're just like, and they're kind of in your path. So what does everybody want to do? They look hostile, as they always are. Pinesta, what's your plan? You see these things.
I'm on the carpet with Kaori. Missile.
Sure. Okay.
Missile.
How I mean, you're low though, right? I mean, like you're low enough that or like how low are you? You said low. Are you like walking height, or are you like 20 feet in the air?
I thought about 20 feet.
Okay. Perfect. How about Brighild?
Yeah, she knows that these birds are probably going to be dumb enough to charge them, so she's going to set her spear. Just stop where she's at in this trail and set her spear for spear charge.
Yeah, that's the time to do it, right? Lachlan. Man-sized, flightless birds.
Yes, I'm putting down my heads and stringing my bow.
Okay. Tulok.
Tulok is he's gonna hide behind Brighild and get his arrows ready.
Okay. How about
Missile.
Sorka?
Sorka, I mean, she thinks that her companions can take care of these things. She's gonna go ahead and fly back a bit again and see if they're being followed yet. Like she'll fly back towards like the stairs.
Okay. Fair enough. 3 terror birds, 3 PCs on the ground. That works out well. Let's roll initiative, Tony. They got a 5. Oof, okay. Well, the one that's charging at Brickhill, you'll get to go first because you've got a long weapon. You're setting your charge. So you might as well do that first.
Armor class -2. And let's see, is it double damage? I don't remember. What's the charge? I think
it's either double or it's +2.
I want to say it's double.
+2 to hit and double weapon damage.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, so it'll do, that'll be, let's see, 10 damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. This thing charges at you and you stab it. It stumbles. It's barely standing after that hit. But they do get to go first. So I'm just gonna now roll through those attacks. So it will get an attack on you because it didn't quite die. It's close. Not quite. 7's not going to hit you. Against Lachlan, 4's not going to hit you. And against Tulip, the one runs to the side and tries to work around. 12 is going to hit AC 5. Does that hit
Ooh,
Tulip?
that's my. Yep, that's
Oh,
my. AC.
God, okay, yeah. Yeah, they weren't all directly in front. I guess this one kind of rips around the side, even though you tried to dive behind Brickhild. If she wasn't attacked, I would have said you could have taken the blow. But so it's going to actually hit you. Actually, I think they might get more than one attack. No, they just get one bite. Only if it hits you, there's a problem. Bite 2d4 damage. That's 2 and 3. So 5 points of damage as this thing bites into you with its terrible beak. Oh, it's funny. It's chance to surprise. That's fun. I didn't read it. It wouldn't matter anyways with the numbers you rolled. But actually, they have the same deal as you do. They have one less chance of being surprised and add one to the other people. So you're basically a terror bird. You're the party equivalent of the terror bird, Tulip. So all that being said, Brigild's already gone. You guys can step back, I guess, to because you can since they already went, you'll technically go in second phase. But if you both want to use your bows, which is what you had decided you were going to do, you could take 2 steps back and shoot arrows at these things. Or you could take, in the first phase, you could switch to a melee weapon. That's up to you. So however you want to do it. So what you going to do, Lachlan?
I'll fire my bow.
Okay.
Because I'm a bow master. So
Nice.
close combat, AC 5.
Oh, that's right. You also have point blank, right? So make sure you add that.
Yeah.
Yep. AC 5 hits. Their AC is 6.
Excellent.
damage,
4
okay.
points.
Okay, not dead, but hurt. You just get one shot the first round, right?
Yep.
Okay. How about Tulip?
Tulok shoots the longbow. He's a bowmaster also.
Nice.
Don't we get 2 attacks with the longbow per level? I mean, per round.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So did you get another attack then, Mike? Or did you?
Well, it depends on how you want to do it. Do you want to do it first phase, second phase, or you want to do it both from the first phase?
Okay.
Hold on. A bow. No. You're a master, Mike. So
Yeah.
you get 2 every round. You get 2 every round. It's not 3 every 2. 3 every 2 is for people who aren't masters.
Oh,
Yes, you get
Okay.
another shot. Go for it. Just do yours first. That way it's easier.
okay. AC -7,
Yep, that is.
Lord.
damage 5.
Okay.
Nice.
It's very close to being dead now. Now Tulip can go.
Tulok's gonna shoot. Do I get a bonus for being in a close range? Point blank?
Yeah, +2.
+2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do I do this? Attack modifier +2 now. Okay, here we go.
4 and -4. Yeah, they both hit. Nice. Yeah. 2 arrows sink deeply into this thing. It is very hurt, but not dead. And that ends the first round. Vanessa, you're up in the air. Oh no, I'm sorry, I skipped you. Vanessa, you
Yep.
have arrows to shoot. Which bird are you targeting with your? You just get 1 shot, I think, because you're not a master.
Yep. I was going to throw my boomerang at it.
Oh, okay. So you just get 1 boomerang then.
Yep. I'm going to target the one that looks very hurt, almost dead.
So Brigilds.
Yep.
Okay.
That is a 6 to hit, or 6 armor class 6.
6
class.
is their armor class. That hits you.
Okay. And that's the D4. So 4 points of damage.
Nice. That kills it.
Okay.
Yeah, it sinks deeply onto Brickfield's spear, bites into her shoulder, but then a boomerang clunks it in the head and it dies.
I'm
Would you both
enjoying
awesome
flying on the
and
carpet,
quick?
shooting a boomerang.
Yeah, that's a good move. Okay. Here we are on a flying carpet with a boomerang. We're definitely not in Kansas anymore. Okay, so next round of combat. What does Vanessa want to do?
Same thing if there's still 2 more left, right?
All right. Yep. Brickhilled, yours is dead. There's 2 other
Yeah,
ones that are.
she's gonna do melee.
Okay.
2 locks.
All right, and Lachlan,
Firing a bow.
Tula.
Firing a bow.
Okay, awesome. Who roll initiative that round? Yeah.
9, 5,
5. Oh, they also got a 5. What's your dex?
12.
Ah, they're going first again. Oosh. Okay. They're going to go after the 2 people they were going after. So, first against Lachlan. Oh, natural 1. I'll deal with that in a second. And then again, Tuluk. Ooh, that's a 16. That's going to hit. Yours is the tough one, clearly, Young.
Oh man.
3 and 1. 4 points of damage on you. But Lachlan's is a little clumsy. Go ahead and roll a d12 there, Mike, to see what happens with your guy.
D12.
Yep.
1.
1. That's just a bad miss. Okay, so it just looks silly when it misses. Nothing. No extra mechanical benefit.
Bad miss.
It's a bad miss. Okay, Tony, melee. Go for it.
Yeah, she turns around and sees 2 locks standing right behind her. She goes, "What are you looking at?" And she's going to take her spear and use her 2 attacks on the one on him.
Nice.
Oh man, I had a natural 1
Oh,
on my second attack, and the first attack
Okay.
will hit for sure. Ooh, and it does 8 damage.
okay. So it dies on the first one, then roll a d12 to see what happens with your natural 1.
I stabbed 2 lock.
Ah,
3.
no, just a bad miss. Yeah. Probably because you killed it with the first miss. Before you and then you're like, whoa. You killed it too quickly with the first one. All right, missile fire. Penesta. There's one
Okay.
standing. It's on Lachlan.
All right, I'll throw my boomerang. Same thing, armor class 6.
Okay, it's
Okay. For 5 points of damage that time.
dead. Nice. All right, they're dead. All of them are dead.
Phew.
Yeah, we got one damage, 2 luck, but I think otherwise, I think Brigo got hit a little bit too.
No, I didn't ever get hit.
Oh, you didn't get it. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, she's going to see 2 locks still standing there, kind of just, not looking around. She's going to walk up to him and she's going to say, "Here, eat this," and hand you one of those berries that she has that Sorka gave her.
Gee.
Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
Shut
Thanks.
up, Lachlan.
He smells it, and I mean, he looks at it and he goes, "Well, it really can't hurt me more than I'm hurt now." And then he pops them in.
Nice.
Oh, it's
You get,
sorcery.
I think, 1 HP back, don't you? I think.
Yep,
Yep.
1 HP. Yep, the good berry. Nice. All right, Sorka, roll a d6. See if you see anything back there. No, it doesn't look like they caught up to you yet.
I rolled the wrong die. I rolled a d8.
Oh, well.
1.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You fly back a couple hundred yards, and you can hear. They're still a bit of a distance away, but you can hear closing on you. What sound like the footsteps, like men.
Okay.
You can't see them. They're still decently far away.
Sorka will fly back to the group then. And like when she gets there, she'll like, could she land on Penesta's shoulder? Would that be okay?
With your owl talent, I guess I'm wearing leather armor, so I guess it's okay.
Okay, and then she'll like land on like Penesta's shoulder, and then she'll like begin giving like warning hoots, like, danger, danger, woo, woo,
They're
So
coming.
you're making
There it
things-
is.
So you're making the
coming
exact
up
same
through.
hoot that you always make.
Yeah, but I think I would know what they meant. Maybe.
I mean,
What's that?
I mean, the The only I told
It's
them
fun.
before I went to Alform, I would hoot if there was like
No,
danger.
no, I
coming.
know, but you're like, I mean, it's not like you're making a danger hoot. You're just making a hoot like an owl.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny because you're like danger. No, it's like literally you're just like hoot, hoot.
Well, I imagine that if you could speak to animal, I would be saying danger. So I
Right.
imagine if any
Okay.
other animals could hear me, they probably know it's like a danger hoot. Because like animals always get quiet when there's danger around.
Austria's probably keeping quiet, and all of a sudden, I
That's
think
right.
she just said danger.
Yeah.
Austria.
I would fly down to the others and fly at like walking height now and be like, they're behind us, they're coming, we need to move. Let's go.
Yep, double time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely continue to move. I guess the along that cliff, which is kind of where you had how you made your way. And you can see the alleged pirate camp below. Let's see.
Those darn monks, they don't never roll a 1 on their D6.
Not yet. Nope. All right, yeah. So you are moving. They're definitely closing in on you. I mean, they clearly move, at least as fast as you are. So let's go down the line again. And Crystal, roll a d6 as you guys come around the next hex.
3.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna go. I think you went. I'm pretty sure you went down up. You went down over here. You went up where the river was, and then you were gonna. Yeah. So you're still up here. Okay. So you're there. So that's 1, 2, 3 hexes. So you're here. It's actually getting dark now. You've been traveling for a long time. I'm actually gonna because you've been going almost 24 hours straight without stopping. So we're gonna actually have you make a test of Constitution after this next check. But before we do that, Vanessa, go ahead and roll a d6 to see if you guys encounter any wildlife on your way.
4.
Okay, I know. All right, so everybody can just make a regular test of Constitution. Well, except for Panista, who's flying on the carpet, of course, because you're fine.
I failed.
Okay.
Calorie.
Yeah, so if you fail, your movement's gonna be slowed by 10. If you want to keep going. How about Lachlan?
Lachlan
Philip,
succeeded.
Yeah. You should also.
It
Actually,
should be, Mike, it should be a D6. It show you rolled a D20, maybe?
Oh, we're doing a test. Sorry.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You failed, Brickhill. Do you want to get on the carpet? I can get down.
No, because I'll still move the same movement as Lachlan. I'm at 40, and I'll drop 10 to 30 now.
Okay.
No,
I'll
he's
be
actually
okay for it.
I'm
his
moving
base
40.
movement. He's moving 40 because his base movement is 50 because he's a barbarian.
Oh, okay. I thought he was
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
if
why I
you're
was
gonna
checking, but
slow
I was-
up, I'll pace with you.
Yeah, we'll keep pace. No one's gonna leave you behind.
Maybe.
All right,
Well, I
let's
would.
see.
What about Tulak? What is it? Are you at 40
Yeah.
speed?
Yeah, 40 speed. Tulak's gonna move slightly off from the party. He's gonna travel parallel to the party. He could do that without leaving a trail when he's out there traversing in the wilderness.
Okay. That doesn't slow you down or anything.
No,
Look,
a normal
perfect.
movement. Yep.
Nice. All right, yeah. So you break off. So you got one owl that's separated, one flying carpet, one ranger, and then the small group that are traveling together. I guess at 30 now. All right, cool. So now you're up around that corner. Now you're into the hilly area. I mean, you could always stop, but obviously that might not be a good idea if you're being followed. And let's have Mike roll a d6. You're almost there, actually. You might actually make it to the beach.
Oh, no.
Oh
That's
man,
a
roll
one.
3d6. Roll 3d6 to see what you might encounter.
3d6.
Yep.
Okay. Oh gosh, here we go. 3d6.
If you click on yeah, you got it.
Okay. Oh. Oh, that's nice.
14.
You've seen this before. Well, you haven't actually. A couple. Well, I don't know. Was Sorka there? I think Sorka was. Brigil definitely was. And yeah. Which means if Sorka was there, then so was Lachlan. You see an Archaeopteryx, which I can never say correctly.
Archaeopteryx.
Archaeopteryx. And you know that, I mean, based on your past experience, that they're generally not going to attack you if you're in a group. Although what they might attack is the owl. So let's see. Let me make a reaction roll here because you're a small creature and it is looking to hunt. Oh, 3. Oh no. Okay, yeah, it's going after you, Crystal. Go ahead and make a initiative roll against this thing.
Okay, that's a D6, right?
Yep, just a straight D6. I got a 3.
I got a
simultaneous.
13
right.
dex.
Okay.
Oh no, actually, as an owl, I actually have a 15 dex.
Okay, so you go first. You got a better dex than it. It's trying to fly down against you. You're actually faster than it. You would know that, but you'll have to leave the party if you want to try to escape from it.
Okay. Yeah, I will fly. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna try and kind of stay inside the trees a little bit. So I'm gonna fly back towards where I think the humans, the hunters, are coming from. I'm gonna try and lead this Archaeopteryx to them. Maybe they'll think it's a prized possession or something.
Nice. All right, yeah, you can do that. So you do that. You start flying, and like I say, you are faster than it. If you just go in a straight line, you just bail away. So you're going away from the party at full speed. Let me see how many rounds it'll touch you. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys are moving, and your owl shot off in the other direction, being chased by a bird. A very beautiful bird, but a bird nonetheless. Jan, roll a d6 for me. As you guys are coming down, you guys are right about here now. Actually, you're going into the open area. Okay, good. Now, you don't want to go through the swamp, right? Because that's what we did last time. So you're going to go along. It's going to take you longer if you don't go through the swamp. But, of course, it's probably less deadly. So let's do one final one. We'll determine if they catch you or not before we get to the shore. Crystal, roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 5.
Okay. All right. So the party's not going to encounter any other wildlife as they head to the beach. You fly back, and oh yeah, they're very close. They see you fly back in the archaeopteryx. Like you fly like one round back, and like you fly over the heads of these guys. They don't seem to care about you or the archaeopteryx. They're going towards the party because they know they're close. So you're gonna have to, if you want to warn the party, you're gonna have to fly back past the archaeopteryx and take a chance of getting attacked. Or you can.
I mean, even though we wouldn't know this, Daniel, can you tell like Sorka how many she sees, how many people?
Yeah, of course. There are 15.
Nice. Nice. Okay. I mean, it's still chasing me for now.
And, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you see 15 people. You would, and I'll yeah. You're all going to encounter them in a second, unless she does something to stop. Unless she warns you, you're probably going to encounter them. But if she tries to warn you, she might die before she gets back. So that's kind of the crystal question.
She could take longer and fly around them, right?
I mean, Sorka.
This thing's only slightly slower than she is. So if she tries to do any kind of maneuvers, it's going to catch her. She's got to just haul ass to get away from it.
I mean, that's fine. Sorka is gonna yeah, she'll quickly try and swoop around and try to head back towards the party because she's gonna try and warn her friends, even if this thing is gonna try and attack her.
All right, you're gonna get attacked. All right, here we go. What's the owl's AC again?
The owl, as an owl, I have an AC of 7.
Oh my god, I rolled an unnatural 1, but it was the last shot though. It might hit you with the claws. AC 7. Nope, it misses you every time. All right, and then it makes a natural 1. So roll a d12 to see what happens with this thing. It might just crash into a tree because you're pretty fast.
Okay. A d12.
Yep.
All right.
The quick chart.
6.
6 for a monster drop weapon. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that it gets tangled up in something, so it's delayed. Because drop weapon basically just means.
I'm gonna say that when I turn around, I come back towards it and dive down into the trees, and it comes in after me. And basically, like, because I'm smart, I'm able, like human smart, I'm able to actually kind of like get down and like dodge around the vines and do one of those things where like as it follows me, it's just getting tangled up, and then like I shoot out the trees and it's like caught up in the vines and like yelling at me.
Well, but it's not though, because drop weapon doesn't actually make it stop, so it's still chasing you.
Oh well.
It's just delayed. Like it like reaches for you and grabs some vines, and not the.
Okay.
Yeah, stumble would be that, but drop weapon is just. I mean, because it makes no mechanical effect if you don't have a weapon really. So yeah, but basically you do that, but it doesn't actually get caught. You think it's going to get caught, but it doesn't. It actually just gets. It just snaps the vine and keeps going at you. All right, so you start to fly back. They're moving. You fly over their head, of course, because you're moving faster than the people. Well, so now we can actually roll initiative for this next round. Just so that you can get ahead of it. Roll a 2.
I need to roll an initiative. Okay.
See if you get ahead of it or not.
5.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna go first, and like I said, you're faster than it. So now you're just making a beeline back. It won't catch you.
So as I fly over, I'll give some more like, ooh, danger, danger.
Okay, you're gonna hoot. Let me make a test for these guys to see if they realize that's weird that an owl's flying around hooting like crazy. Yeah, you hear the owl, and then
Archaeopteryx.
yeah,
Okay.
you hear the owl going crazy, and you also hear the sound of men running behind you guys as you enter into the swamp. You can see that.
They're
it's
stable.
How far are we to the shoreline to see? We don't see the ship yet. The boat?
You are like, we'll say you're like a quarter of a mile, so you can see the shore from where
okay.
you are. Yeah, and they are about 100 yards behind you.
Do we see them?
they-
We have visual
Yep.
on them.
Yeah, you turn around and you see the owl come ripping out of the bushes, and being chased by an archaeopteryx, and you see them out. There's about, I mean, I already told you there's 15 of them. There's more than a dozen of them. They don't all look like monks, though. In fact, more than half of them look like the pirates that you had encountered before. And when they see you, you see them starting to draw arrows from their quivers, like they're going to try to hail you with missile fire.
Brickhild is going to look at Panesta and go, get her to the ship with the 2 sailors from her village and get her there safely. If we do not make it there, get her back home, and we'll keep moving as fast as we can.
Are you sure? I don't want to leave you.
You've committed yourself to protect her, Panesta, and that's what you should do first. You have the best option of getting her out of here.
All right. Do you want the rod?
No, you keep it.
The gods be with you, Brighild. And I will go for the boat
Okay.
on the carpet.
I mean, Brickhill plans to keep running as fast as you can, even though they are going
Mhm.
to take arrow shots. I mean,
Yeah, they're just going to hail you with arrows, but that'll of course slow them down because they're shooting the arrows. They're not running. Let me just get all their stats and stuff out. So that's the pirates. They are 8, 7, that's 1. And then we've got the monks.
I leave, I'll yell, hey, Lachlan, there'll be no talking this time. Go for it.
It's unfortunate that Rush is not here for to have the kung fu fight with the monks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. These are the killing pirates, right?
These are the killing ones.
Oh man, okay. And then there's this guy. Okay, so everybody is anybody stopping, or are you just gonna run and take the hail of arrows and just hope you make it there without dying?
I'm not stopping.
What about the rest? Brickholtz, you're running, you said, right? What about Lachlan? What's your plan?
Yeah, I'm always up for a good fight. I'm dropping the heads and I'm stringing the bow.
Nice. How about Tulak? You're gonna stand with
Is
your brother?
Tulak with the party? I mean, he branched
off to the
away
side,
from the
yeah.
party.
Well, at this point, you're kind of walking through the swamp, so you're in an open area. You can definitely see everybody. You're
Okay.
no longer under this cover of trees. I mean, you could hide, I suppose, if you want to try to do a hide thing, so you're not directly with them, but you're kind of in an open area now.
Okay. Yeah. He is going to string up the arrows, and he's firing missile.
All right. And how about our owl? What's your plan? You're being chased by the.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to try and lose the Archaeopteryx. I'm going to continue to fly ahead.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, so you can see. So basically, we have two of you guys that are fighting. I'll deal with this guy in a second. You see a couple of different options. You've got four guys that are clearly the monks. They're dressed as you've seen before with the tridents and stuff. You see one guy that's got a different kind of monk outfit on, but he's still bald or whatever, like that, and he just has a dagger at his side. Then you see 10 of them that are kind of the pirate-looking guys. And they're kind of like stopping for a second to like draw their bows and fire, while the other five are still running forward because they have melee weapons. So, what is your plan? I guess we already told me that, so let's go ahead and roll initiative, Yang. So D6. 3.
I got 2, but I get +1 as a dex modifier, so 3.
You don't get a dex modifier for initiative, not in group initiative.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
2.
All right, so they got a 3, so the same. They went ahead. All right, so they're gonna loose their arrows. Oh man! All right, I'm just gonna go this way. They're gonna go half and half. I think you both the same AC, right? You rolled both AC 6 or 5.
I'm AC 5.
I'm AC6.
Okay. Actually, they could probably at this point everybody's still close enough. They could target anybody. So there's 5 of you. So I'm gonna say they're gonna target two archers on each person. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm AC 4.
Okay. So I'm gonna go after Podesta first. Actually, Podesta plus the one dude. It's gonna be either you or her. If for the carpet, 50-50. So 2 of the archers fire at the carpet with Podesta. First arrow is a 9 and a 9. Those aren't going to hit anything, not even her, I don't think. A 9 doesn't hit anything. Okay, so first 2 guys miss terribly. Then against Springfield, 2 of them are shooting, miss. But the pirates are terrible. They miss. Against Lackland, miss. Against Tula, critical miss. Roll a d12 for me there, y'all. See what happens with that guy. And the other guy, the other guy rolls 19 though. All right, give me a d12, Young. Was that it? 4?
I got 4. Yep.
Okay. 4 is just a bad. I guess they're technically, they're a fighter. Bad miss. All right, so he just misses terribly. And the other guy though hit you with an arrow, unfortunately. There's only one of these pirates that can shoot a bow clearly, and he shoots the one into Tuluk for 4 points of damage. The Archaeopteryx can't catch the owl if you don't stop. These guys can't attack because they're running, so that's basically the end of them. So Podesta, you're just moving. Brigghill's just moving. So everybody's moving except for our two bowmen. So go ahead and shoot arrows. Who are you targeting? And make your attacks, Mike.
Actually, I am going to set arrows, so that will
nice.
increase my attack rate.
Okay. You could have done that the first phase, I guess, since you guys... since you lost initiative, it doesn't actually matter, so we'll go... Well, the only matters is that Tuluk will get to go first. Go ahead, Tuluk, while he's doing that. Who are you targeting? Guys with bows, monks with tridents, or a dude with no weapons?
I'm shooting at the guys with bows.
Okay. That's probably pretty wise.
So I hit one AC 5 for 5 points of damage, the other one AC 10, so I'm thinking that's probably a miss.
Yeah, the AC5, that kills that guy. He drops.
Okay.
Okay, Lachlan, you've set your arrows. Go ahead and make your attacks.
1 AC0, 1 AC7.
Yep. 2 guys go down. Cool. Yeah, you just dropped 2 of them. All right, that's the end of that round. Everybody's running. These guys are a little closer to you. Berkild and Pedestra are further away. The Archaeopteryx is still chasing. Still chasing our owl. Hopefully, you do. Good thing that you don't turn back automatically when you're over the ocean or something. You're going to fall in the water. All right, so I'm assuming everybody's going to do the same moves again. Like you're shooting arrows or you're moving.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving you.
Tulak is gonna run. He's gonna run away from these guys.
Okay. So you're moving. Okay, so in Mike, Lachlan's doing the same thing. He's just going to stay.
Yeah, I'm firing at 5 and 2 now, I think. Is that what it does? Let
That's
me
a good
double
question because
check.
that's a great move. So let's look it up. I do not remember. I think you are the first person to ever set arrows, which is one of the coolest maneuvers.
Yes, my 2 and 1 improves to 5 and 2.
Nice. So the second round you'll shoot 3. So you get 2 then 3 basically is how that works.
Yep.
All right. So you're shooting. So go ahead and since you're the only one actually attacking people, you can roll initiative. Just straight d6. They got a 1.
It's a 2.
All right. Go first. Make your 3 attacks.
Let's see, that's a -5, a 12, and a 0.
Okay. Well, the 12 misses, of course, but the other 2 kill. Wow. All right. You're like a machine gun. Okay. So the remaining guys are going to shoot at. Actually, since you're laying them out, at least 2 of them are going to shoot at you, and there's only 3 other ones. I'll roll randomly for them. So first one. Ooh, that's going to hit you, Lachlan, with a 15. All right, look that one up. And a 10 is going to miss you. All right, so you get 1 arrow sticks into you as you're killing them, dropping them for 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'll just roll these 3. If they seem high enough, I'll check the armor classes. 18, that might hit somebody. 9 is not going to hit anybody. And 15. Okay, so both of those might hit. So I'll roll a, let's see, a d4 to see who they went after. The first one, which was a 19, went after Tuluk, who turned his back on him. And the second one, which was a 15, is also Tuluk. Oh, great. They don't like you, man. 15 is going to hit arm class 5. Did that hit you?
Yes.
It's the
2 arrows
sunglasses
sink.
he has.
Man, two arrows sink into Tuluk. Wow, you're for 6 points of damage total. You're getting pin cushioned. And these guys are moving closer. You think that like in the next like round-ish, 2 rounds maybe, these guys are going to be on you for melee. You probably have 2 more rounds of shooting at these melee guys before the shooting your bow before they get on you, Lachlan.
Okay.
If we're running, if our regular move is 40, then that ought to be 80, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're going to be out of their range pretty soon. Actually, everybody who was running already, except for you, is probably already out of their range this next round. Because they're shooting with short bows. So 150 is the range. So, in fact, they might have already been too far away. So it was good that you got targeted. I mean, only mechanically. All right. Next round. What's the plan? Lachlan, you're going to keep machine gunning these guys, or you're going to
Yeah,
run?
I'm going to machine gun them. So,
Everybody still running?
yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Cowrie to safety.
I'm just
Alright.
laying down cover.
Nice. All right. Roll a d6 for initiative.
That's a 4.
All right. You go first. This time's 2 shots, I guess.
Yeah.
Archers again, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
AC
okay.
5, AC 9.
Okay, 5 hits. 9 does not. So 1 more dead. There's only 4 of them left. Everybody else is too far away except for you, so they're going to all shoot at you with their bows.
Yep.
Got 4 of them. 12, 10, 7. That's a 15. So 15 hits AC 4, so that's going to hit you, right? But all the rest miss. So 1 more arrow sinks into you, Lachlan. For 5 points. Oof, that's a deep one. Everybody's doing the same thing.
that one hurt.
Yeah, now it's getting. Let me see if the Saki archer is still chasing the owl. Yeah, you're still being chased, unfortunately, Sorka. All right.
You wouldn't
I guess
think
roll
something-
initiative.
Something would work so hard for its meal.
Well, you're the only obvious meal, I guess. Go ahead and roll initiative, Mike.
3.
All right, they got a 3 as well, but your dex is definitely higher. So, go ahead, you got 3 shots.
3 shots. 1, 2, 3. I think that all 3 of those hit.
If not, you'd be in trouble.
That
Exactly.
-7 is a nat 20.
Oh, it is?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's green. That
Yep.
green means that it's a nat 20.
Oh, there
Okay.
we go.
Well, you know what? Roll a d6 to see what the crit does.
Okay. It's a 2.
Okay, so plus 2 damage, that's 10 points. You know what? High or low? We'll do another. The hour goes through him and kills 2 people thing. If you get the.
Let's go high again.
Yeah. How? I'm not sure because they were in a line. Maybe this one guy gets up like he's going to run, and the arrow just goes right there. So you actually, okay, let's count that as an extra kill. So all the archers are down. The monks are basically closing on you this next round, though, and you're about to be surrounded by
Monks.
monks. Yeah.
Okay.
Too bad your monk wasn't here. So you can switch. You'll have 10 chances to switch weapons if you want, or you can try to shoot them with the bow. It's up to you how you want to do it.
I
Once
think
they're
I'm
on you,
going
you
to
got
run.
to. Okay, that's fine. Roll initiative.
Once I got the bowman out of the way.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll initiative.
4.
All right, they got 3. All right, so yeah, so you start running, and they're already trying to catch up to you. They're running, so
Yeah,
they do have tridents. Can they throw their tridents? Let me check the range
I
on that.
think so.
Yeah, they might be able. I mean, they can throw them. I just don't know if they'll be too far away.
But if
The
they do,
trident doesn't go very far.
if they
Yeah.
do, guess what's going to come back at them?
Trident. Looking for the chart to see what the range is in the trident. Other hurled weapon, I guess it would be. Well, that's just the attack rate. What's the range?
The trident range is 10, 20, 30.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. With you running as well, they're not going to be able to throw the trident at you. They'll just try to run you down, and you're actually faster than they are. Although you left your heads.
And
if you
I
wanna
did
stop-
leave my head.
If you want to stop to get the heads, then they're going to get on top of you. So I'm assuming you left the heads, which is unfortunate. That's basically money in the bank. I mean, it's up to you if you want to.
No, well, I'm just going to get a couple more rounds ahead of them. I'm going to turn around and start peppering them again.
Okay. All right.
That's my long-term goal.
Okay.
Because that will allow everybody else to get some more distance. And
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're also running, and they're basically the same speed as you, I believe. Although actually,
They
monks
are?
get Yeah, monks get that bonus to their speed.
oh,
Yeah. Same thing as I think they do. Let me check.
so they're right on my heels.
Oh no, hold on. It says their speed is only 40. So maybe not. Maybe because they're not like monks.
Right.
I think they're actually just fighters.
They're fake monks.
Well, they're not like the class monk. They're monks, but they're not the class monk.
Fake
All right,
monks.
yes. Should they have gotten extra attacks in with the bow? Oh no, these guys they don't have bows. They have tridents. Okay, so okay, you can do that. So you run 2 more rounds. I mean, we've got like a quarter of a mile here, so it's going to stretch back and forth. So you're going to turn around and try to shoot them again.
Yep.
I assume that. I mean, they're not stupid. They're going to stop.
They
actually.
are.
Yeah, they'll
If
stop,
they stop,
once. Yeah.
if they stop, I stop.
Yeah, no, they're gonna let you run for like a bit, and then they're gonna like stop, and then they're gonna turn around and run back. So they make enough distance between you so you can't shoot them.
My range
They're
of
gonna
my
run back.
composite is medium is 160, long distance
Okay.
is 320.
Yeah, you could definitely shoot them. They start to run up on you, and then you run away, and they let you run around, and then they turn around, they run back to where the bowmen are. So
Yeah.
you can get around the shots at them at least. All right, 2 rounds. You go ahead and make 2 shots, two sets of attacks against these monks.
Okay. One is AC 1, the other is AC 3.
Is there a long distance penalty?
I don't think he's not even that far away at this point. He's still in short range, probably. If the
cool.
medium
Yeah.
is 160.
Nice.
Yeah, because they were right on top of him. He ran forward once, and they ran back. So you're about 80
Yeah, and I'm
well-
I'm kind of keeping an eye on them because I want to.
Yeah, you're medium range, but either way, that they'll both.
Yeah.
Does not kill them though. Oh, actually, no, they're not monks, so they can't deflect. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits two of them. They're still running. Do you want
I'm going to
target
do advancing fire on them then.
Okay.
So that will drop me back to. I get one more
What?
shot at a -2 at them then.
Could Tulak attack as well? Yeah, at long distance.
You had
Long
already
range?
run 2 rounds, so you can turn around and shoot. I'm sure
Okay.
you'll be long distance unless you want to move forward.
No, long distance.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's what's the penalty? It's like -4
-5.
or something.
-5 for long distance, -2 for medium.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 arrows. 5 and 4. AC 3 does
that hits.
5 points of damage.
Yeah, the AC 16 probably doesn't do anything. Okay, so you shot twice, right? You did 2 rounds of
Yes.
combat. Okay.
Yes.
All right. They are now. If you're advancing, right, Mike? So are you gonna advance as well? Look, you're gonna stand back.
So long as he's gonna keep the long range, like 210 yards.
Mhm.
So yeah, he's gonna
Okay,
keep
yeah,
them.
they have melee weapons. The one guy that's dressed differently turns. Oh, he turns towards you.
Yeah.
And he goes like this. Hold on, I gotta do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He gets 2.
Yeah. Well, before he does that, moving around since you're in the swamp, you are being set upon by snakes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love snakes.
I know. They're very nice.
Yeah.
Let's see what do we got. What do we got here? Go ahead. You can roll a d6 to see whether they are pythons or vipers.
1.
Ah, okay, python. Nice. Pythons. Because there might be more than one. Oh no.
I'm set
No, it's
upon
python.
by
Okay.
a horde of pythons.
Yep. It's unnatural. The owl's flying away like, this is unnatural. Okay, so it's going to actually try to grab you. Oh, actually, that's the viper. The python. Yeah, it's trying to bite you. Okay. 12. I don't think that's going to hit you. Let's see. It's 3 hit dice. 12 hits AC 5. That does hit
Yeah,
you, right?
that'll
Your AC
hit.
5.
That's
Ooh,
my
okay.
AC.
You're going to take D4. So only 1 point of damage, but
Okay.
it is now wrapped around your ankle, so you cannot continue to walk forward without
Okay.
falling on your.
Now he's just pissing me off.
Same for True Luck because you stopped. You're also getting a set on. Make a D6 to see if it's a viper or a python. Oh, a viper. That's not good. Okay. Vipers are poison. Or venomous as that. 13. 13 is going to hit AC 7, so that doesn't hit you, right?
Nope.
Yeah, a snake bites into your boot, doesn't penetrate. And you look down, you see this viper down there.
Yeah, he's freaking out and he's running running again, trying to get out
You're
of
trying
that
to
swamp.
run away from it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you would know as a ranger, they're pretty fast in the water, and you're basically in a swampy water. So, but all right. So now let's do initiative because you got snakes on you. Plus these guys are running. The rest is still heading towards the water, right?
I am,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I have a quick question, Daniel.
Yep.
The boat we came in on, is it like a ship that needs to be like prepared to like, get out of there? You know what I mean? Like, is it like a bigger ship that has like a big crew?
It was sailed by the 2 guys that are with you, who I'm just not having die because you'll all get stuck on the island, and
Yeah.
I'm just those guys are just lucky. They're just running.
Okay, I was just
They
making sure.
we're going to call them
them
non-combatants. I mean, it's big enough that it's going to take them several minutes to push it out into the water.
Yeah,
Because it's up on the shore now.
I was thinking if there was like a bigger ship, I was gonna like land on it and be like, everyone get ready. But since it's not that, I'm just running from the Archaeopteryx. thing.
Yeah, I mean, with the speed that you have and the fact that things chase you, you're probably out over the water. You're not even near the ship at this point. You're like flying over this ocean.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because it technically can't catch you. At some point, we'll do a test of Constitution to see if one of you just runs out of breath and falls into the water. But in any case, Mike, roll initiative for your side. They got 3.
5.
Okay, you're gonna go first. So you can't actually move forward and shoot because you got this thing around your ankles.
Right.
Yeah. So what would you like to do? You could try to get away from it. It's an extraordinary feat of strength or dexterity. Or you can, I guess, kill it. Because it's around your feet. It's going to continue to crush you if you let it.
Yeah, we'll try the feat of strength. Is it a feat of strength or test of strength?
A feat.
Okay.
Extraordinary feat. So it's the hard one.
It's the hard one.
Oh, you did it. 9.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
You reach down and rip this thing off your off your legs.
Epic, just epic.
That is pretty epic, actually. The Viper actually chases you. Tulip could be just running. It actually has it has a 40 speed, which is what your speed is, right? So
yep.
Yeah. So it is actually going to follow you and then bite you, or try to, anyways. Nope, misses. The monks are running again to try to get to those bows or get far enough away so they can't get shot. The other guy, you see him? Well, okay, I guess only Lachlan and Tuluk are maybe looking. Actually, Tuluk's running, so only Lachlan really sees this most likely. The guy that did this, he goes,
Yes.
He looks at you and you see his face start to transform into a very serpentine face. And then he drops onto his belly and you can't see him anymore because he's like in the water or whatever.
Oh, it's hand axe time.
Well, he's pretty far away. Well, I mean, so you don't know if he'll be able to catch you or not, but he doesn't look like a man anymore. That's for sure. He's gone. You can't see him, but you know.
Okay.
So
maybe I won't get the Ginsu axes out yet.
Yeah, you can't see him to target him at this moment because he went into the swamp. He's hiding, basically. I mean, unless you want to try to look for him, but he's not obvious, you know, because you're in a swamp. It's all weeds and shit. And he just went down.
Right.
But you definitely saw him change.
Okay, I will fire. Have I thrown this? Have I? Okay,
Yep.
with the python, have I been able to throw him to the side?
Yeah, you throw it to the side. On your turn, it actually starts to move back towards you, of course, because it's not
stupid python.
Exactly, because clearly the python is not acting normally, and it's going to try to get you again. With an 11, but I don't think it does that time because I think it needed a 12 last time. 11 hits AC 6, and you're 5, right?
I'm 6.
Oh, so it does get you again.
Yeah.
You throw it, and then it wraps around you again. This time bites you again for 2 points. The good thing is, though, ripping it off saved you the 2d4 automatic damage because it wasn't wrapped around you. So
Right.
yeah, it bites into you and wraps around you again as you like maybe go to pick up your bow to start to shoot these other monks who are still running.
I'm just hating snakes now.
Join the club.
So I will have to try to rip this thing off again, right?
If you want to, otherwise you'll automatically take damage. The monks are slowly making their way out of your range. If you're trying to kill them, then you could just take damage and keep shooting them because it's around your legs at this point. Or if you want it to not take damage, then that's what you need to do. Yeah. Or you could kill it, I guess. I mean, you could always attack it. It's not a giant python, but it's big, 15 feet long.
Oh, it's big. That's a big snake. I'm going to fire 2 bow shots then.
Okay.
Since
All right, so now you're probably, I'm going to say you're in long range because they didn't stop. So
right.
320 is long. Well, after 160, you're long. So yeah, they're definitely.
Yeah, so it's AC 6, AC 4.
Yeah, they both hit. and I'll just assume that you targeted the same ones. And well, it wouldn't have mattered because either way it would have killed him. Okay, so yeah, you dropped 2 of them. There's still 2 left. The one that got shot by your ranger friend who's running again, and one that didn't get hit at all, and they're still running. They're kind of they're like, yeah, we're getting shot with bows, so this is not our deal. So they're running, so they're probably going to be out of your range the next round, unless you want to move. You'll take automatic damage from this python.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, that's still the same round because no, you went first. So 4, 5 points of damage. The python that, sorry, the viper that's you're still running, right, Tuluk?
No, he's gonna turn around and shoot it with the arrow.
At the snake?
Yeah, at the snake. He's gonna
Okay,
take
go
a
ahead.
couple of steps, and it's like close range.
All right, go for it.
Letting
AC 6
the
with the
arrow
viper.
loose. All right, here we go. It's AC 2, damage is 5.
Yep, you plant the arrow right through the snake, and and you just see its tail like floating out of the water because it's dead.
Okay, and with that, he looks far away to where, Lachlan is, and he says, "Lachlan, run!" And does he have good enough sight to see what's happening? That he's like coiled.
Yeah, but because he let it go for a round, so it's probably up around like almost to his waist now. It's like wrapping up around his legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that long range?
Yeah, you ran. I mean,
If
you
you
ran
kill me.
Yeah, I mean, you ran twice more, and you were already a distance away. So I'll say that you might even be out of long range, but I'll just say it's long range if you want to try to take a shot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's gonna, squint, and he's actually gonna. It's kind of bright, so he's gonna pull down his little visor, Eskimo, snow goggle, and try and focus on, what's happening out there. And he's gonna let his arrow loose. Let's see.
Nice.
With that single shot that's left, -5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we go.
Oh, that's a good shot.
AC
It
6,
is.
damages 7.
Yeah, I believe that hits it. Let's go out. There's one more enemy here. About to die. Let's see, Python. AC is 7. Is that it? Yep. It does
Nice.
not kill it though. It's definitely hurt. So it's AC 7.
Is it hurt enough?
To let go? No.
So it's a really stupid python.
That's right. You suspect as a barbarian might that there might be some kind of sorcery going on here.
Of course there is.
Okay, so now let's see, because this will matter. So let's do initiative. What's your plan this round? You're basically being crushed by this thing, Lachlan?
I'm going to try to escape from it then.
Okay. What's your plan there, Tulip? You're trying to take another long distance shot? Are you gonna run, or what's your?
Yeah, he's gonna, help out Lachlan. So if he manages to get out or not, he's gonna try and aim at the snake.
Okay. The Acropteryx now has stopped following you. It kind of gave up a little bit there. Sorcerer. You're like a quarter of a mile out over the ocean. And it's like, yeah.
She'll spin and head back towards the boat.
Okay. All right, so this python is going to try to crush you, and then there's something else going on as well, as you might guess. Go ahead and roll initiative, Mike. Ooh, it got a 1. That's good for you.
4.
Okay, so go ahead, and I'll consider the ripping the thing off melee, so you'll go first before the arrow shot.
So it's a feat of strength.
Yep, extraordinary feat of strength.
Failed.
Nope, not that time. Yeah, you waited too long. The first time it was just getting around you, so you tore it off easy, but now it's like really wrapped up. It's starting to come around your waist, and you can feel it crushing into your gut. Go ahead, Yang, and make your arrow shot.
Yeah, he's gonna look back and try and see how far away he is to go until he gets out of the swamp, just to have an idea. He's not gonna move, but he's gonna take a look. How far away is he?
At this point, you'd have to go pretty far. Like you're talking about a few rounds of movement to get you out. Like it's not like one round away. Because you've
Okay,
been
well-
stopping and shooting and stuff. Like everybody else has been running for like 8 rounds. So
Yeah, he's gonna
full clip.
aim at the thing and he's gonna let his arrow fly. There we go.
Don't roll a 1.
See, that's a miss.
Okay.
Come on, baby. AC 10, that's another miss.
Yeah.
I guess.
Arrows are plunking into the water next to Lachlan. The snake crushes against you
And he says, "What are you waiting for? Get out of there!"
for 3 points of damage.
I'm a little busy.
Let's try harder.
And then out of the water next to you, whoosh,
Yes, I've been waiting for this one.
yep, it opens its mouth wide. Unfortunately, Vanessa's not looking in this direction.
Mhm.
As this snake man tries to bite
Yes.
deeply into Lachlan. And rolls a 15. which-
Lachlan's trying to still Pinesta's man.
That's AC 3. That's going to hit you. All right, let's
Okay.
see. So it does only a D. It's biting you. It does a D4. 2 points. However, bite delivers venom. Make a death poison save. So death poison save. You want to make this for sure. I mean, I guess you
Yeah.
always want to make a death poison. I don't know why I say that, but yeah.
Oh, I
no.
failed.
Okay, so you're going to take a D6 additional damage. Ooh, 6 points.
Ah!
Okay. And you're
Yep.
going to be paralyzed in 1d4 rounds. So let's see. 2 more rounds. So not this round, but not next round, but the round after. You got 2 more rounds before you're going to be. You feel your body start to lock up as
Yep.
this thing kind of bites into you and then it looks at you and it says, "You're mine." And he puts his tongue out because it's a snake. All right.
Uh,
What would you like to do? Is everybody else, everybody that's not like directly involved in this, you're still doing your regular thing, right? I mean, if there's Pinesta or Brooklyn want to do something, you guys are basically on the shore by now, I'm sure.
And Tulok's eyes nearly pop out, and he puts up that little snow goggle and says, "Screw this, Yithaqua, Arctic Wind, take me away from here!" Then he turns tail and runs out of there as quickly as he could.
Nice.
No, Brickyle's plan is as soon as they get to the boat to get everyone on the boat that's with them and get the boat out in the water.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are probably on the shore. The two useless, I forget who called them useless last time, sailors are pushing the boat into the water. I think it was actually Sorka. Yeah, so yeah, they're not so useless now as they're pushing the boat out to get your party members free. Lachlan's standing there facing this beast. You
With the python wrapped around my
with a
waist.
python wrapped around you, and it's looking at you with a devious, snaky grin, like. So let's roll initiative, Mike. It got a 1. Holy crap! It's so slow.
That's a 6.
All right, you're gonna go first. What you want to do?
Well, the only thing I can do is try to break out. So,
Yeah, I mean, you still have your hands free, but there's not a whole lot.
oh, I
If you don't break
do.
out, well, yeah, I mean, you were shooting with a bow.
Yeah, I'll shoot him.
He hasn't
with a
wrapped your
bow.
arms out because you've been trying to pull it off. I figure your hands are free, so you could grab a weapon, or although I don't know, the weapon might be hard to reach at this point.
Yeah, I will shoot him with the bow. I will double knock.
You gonna try to shoot the snake man? I think he's
Yes.
actually too close, so I'm gonna give you a penalty, even though you usually get that benefit bonus. Because I think he has to be more than 6 feet away, and he's right on top of you. So I'm gonna say you can try to hit him with the bow, but you're not gonna get the bonus. It'll just be the normal attack, not the +2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Boom.
He's gonna be very surprised if you kill him. Oh my god! Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you hit him once. That's for sure.
Yes.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Oh, he is not dead. But hold on. Green is a critical, right?
Yeah, green is crit.
roll.
On damage, it just means max damage.
Oh,
Oh,
max
okay.
damage.
If the AC is green, that means it's a critical.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Oh.
it does not kill him. Well, that would have been nice if it was a critical. Wow. Yeah. You surprise him by shooting an arrow directly into his chest from 2 feet away. which he did not think you'd be able to do. So,
Neither did
crap.
I.
All right, so the python crushes into you
Okay.
for one. Sorry, D4 is hard to read. 5 points.
5 points.
Yeah, and this guy is going to try to just. I guess all they can do is bite. Well, he has a dagger, but I mean, why wouldn't you? Why would he bite you? He's a snake man. He opens his, he like does the thing that snakes do, and like opens his jaw really wide,
Yes.
and he's gonna try to bite you. Oh, I don't think he's gonna hit you though with that. That's a 10. 10 is gonna hit AC 8. So now he's unable to bite into you because he's probably so wounded. Crap. Okay. He's not feeling very good. The python went. Everybody else is running. So that's one round. You got one more round before you're paralyzed. What do you want to do?
I'm firing another 2 shots into him.
God, all right. Let's roll initiative.
Doing what I can.
Oh my God, you got another one. God,
I
need to
got a
roll that one. I'm
1.
searching. Oh, what's your dex? It's high, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Roll
my
is a 10.
dex is high. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely beat him then. Go ahead,
Yep.
make your arrow shots. I'm assuming into the snake man.
Yes, into the snake man. There we go. AC 1. 7
that kills him.
points.
Yep. You shoot the second arrow goes deep into him. So he's not going to get to attack you. However, the python is going to
Does.
crush you. Yeah. For 4. It was 4 plus 3. 7 points as the python crushes into you.
I'm down.
Oh man, really? Okay. You're at
I
0 or
go
whatever.
under. Yeah, that puts me at -6.
Okay, yeah. So you fall into the water, unconscious, and this python just wrings you out. And the terrible green ichor of the snake man is floating, filling the water space around you, mixed with the blood that's coming from Lachlan. It's eyes and mouth as the blood.
Tulok looks back to see whether if the snake man is chasing him.
Nope, you look back, you don't see anything. Just
And,
because now they're all in the water. They both fell down.
Yeah, and he just looks back and says, "Damn it, you saved my life." And then he continues on his way.
Okay. The monks, because they were afraid, they ran. Even though they see this happen, they don't turn around and start chasing you all. Eventually, Tulok, you can make it back to the boat. I mean, you're not that far behind the rest of the party. But you get to the shore and this boat's being pushed out. Everybody aboard. You guys look and you can see that Lachlan's not with the party.
Yeah, Brickyard looks towards Tulok and says,
You
"Where's
see,
Lachlan?"
Tulok is sort of like riddled with a bunch of these arrows. You see at least like 4 arrows sticking out of him. He's bloody as hell, and he looks at you guys and says, "Lachlan saved you all. He stayed back against I don't know how many, 15, 11 of them. I don't know. He kept them at bay with his arrows until a monster, a gigantic snake, came after him. But in the end, I just heard a screech of a snake and his cry, and that was it. I turned around, but I didn't see any of them. I tried to hang on as long as I could. I think I took some of them down, but I couldn't get to him.
Is
And then,
Sorka at the boat when Tulok is saying all this?
Yeah. I mean, he should be right there, or she should be right there.
If Sorka's at the boat and she hears Tulok say this, she's gonna take off again and see if she can find Lachlan from the air.
Okay, yeah, you can try to do that. Make a D6 roll. Do like a search, like a secret door. I mean, he's under the water, so it's not gonna be easy to find him. Just by, but,
Nat 1, yes.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, being that Tulok's a ranger, he probably points to exactly where he saw him go down, and I guess you hoot and then fly out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly out there.
Yeah, and you can see you see. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
I was just going to ask, would this Sorka? I'm sure she's going to look for the rest of those guys. Does she see any more of the enemies around, or do they all retreat back?
Tulak would
They-
report
they-
that. Yeah, he would report that Lachlan basically turned them back. They were too afraid of him, and ran back the way they came.
Yeah, but they may have come back. That's why I'm asking if Sorka.
Yeah, Sorka doesn't see any of the monks at all. I mean, she sees a bunch of dead ones, but she doesn't see. I mean, unless do you want to fly further than the body of?
No. I
Lachlan,
want to fly like I'm gonna fly towards Lachlan. I want to if I notice that he's dead, then I'll just fly back to the boat. But if not, then I'm gonna go human and try and help him.
Well, I mean, you see him under the water, and there's I guess the snake is trying to eat him. I don't know. Can a python eat an entire person? Probably.
I mean,
Big
It's
enough,
got its
yeah.
jaw like.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got its jaw open. You see it's like, and you see a snake man next to him that is he's got 2 arrows that you just see the feathers sticking out and the arrow sticking all the way through the thing's heart.
okay.
Of course, you've already seen a snake man.
How far away from the boat am I?
I think that combat happened maybe like 200 to 300 yards away. I would say, based on everybody's running. I mean, I didn't map it exactly, but
Okay.
so
If
you're
you
pretty
if
far
you
away.
let Tulak know whereabouts he is, he's gonna run back there and try to pull him out.
Yeah, I think Sorka's gonna become human again, and I'm gonna use my quarterstaff, and I'm gonna try and kill this snake real fast.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think since it's trying to consume him, it can't really defend itself, so you can just smash its head.
Okay.
It only had a few hit points
Mhm.
left.
And we would
And-
see Sorka go down and transform, right? Even from where we're
Yeah,
at.
yeah, you all see that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Brick Hill's going back that way.
Okay.
And she'll pull Lachlan out. I mean, is he still alive?
Oh no, because he would have taken another 2d4 damage each round. It would have been probably the next round he would have been at -10. Let me just look.
Oh.
And I mean, a round's a minute, so there's no way that that's 3, and yeah, he would have been -12 the next round.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, he's basically, his bones are basically crushed. So he's like this big burly barbarian is all smushed and cracked and crushed bones, so that the python could swallow him. You probably have to take a knife and cut the python off to get him out of it. You want to pull him out because it's all muscle.
Yeah, I mean, she'll do what she can, and she'll she sighs, and she'll close his eyes, and she's gonna take his axe and begin to walk back towards the boat, and I guess maybe Brighild meets her about halfway, and Sorka will hold up his axe sadly.
Brickhill is going to look at you and say, "You'll get Panesta and tell her to bring her carpet out here. We are taking his body back. He is my lifelong friend. I'm not leaving him in the swamp."
Sorka will nod, and she'll hand you the axe, and she'll begin to go and find Panesta.
Yeah, I'd bring the carpet out.
Yeah, I
Okay,
want to load his body up on the flying carpet to take back to the boat.
That's fine.
Yeah, you definitely do that. Yeah, I mean, and of course you see this. I mean, you had to cut him out of the snake, and you see laying next to him a snake man, clearly dead, of course.
He truly did save us all.
Yeah, and the snake man is you see that he's got the clothes of that strangely dressed monk.
Do we recognize the monk or the clothes as far as
Well, remember when no, he didn't seem to be dressed that way when you were there, but he was with the other monks.
Okay.
When those monks started coming, there was
Right.
4 that were dressed like ones that you'd seen before, and then this one was dressed differently. So,
and I
yeah.
was to look at Brighild and say there's definitely really bad happenings to that pyramid. I'm glad we got Cowrie out and can tell the headman so they can root this out of here.
Yes, we accomplish what we come for, but we leave on a sad note.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. Another one.
But he wanted adventure. That's why he left the village. He wanted to come and make a name for himself, and he will always be remembered for saving the rest of us, even though sometimes he was foolhardy and would not listen to my wisdom.
You tried your best to keep him safe. He was very brave. I'm sorry, Brighild. I'm so sorry.
That's why I will return his body to his family, and they will have a proper burial for him.
Yes.
Tulak looks
Yes.
at Panesta and says, I've never in my life seen anyone fight as he does. He did. And
No, and you'll never see anyone else fight as well as he did either.
he's a true hero. And I shall always remember him.
Oh, yes. You will have quite the song.
Excellent. I think we'll leave it there, and we'll figure out what everybody wants to do. There'll be some more information revealed from Mojan's woman, and see where the party wants to take it.
Tulak
Hell, she never
grabs
came, you know.
Tulak, in Lachlan's honor, picks up that the pole full of heads. And he says, "This is for you, Lachlan. I'll carry it all the way back."
Well, if you want to take the rest of the heads, there's another 10.
You better
heads
get
there,
all
so-
the odds. And make sure you get my bow.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna do that.
I was
All
gonna
right,
say,
we'll
that's
leave it there
It's a
then.
good bow. It's a good
It
composite.
is a good bow.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's a great weapon. That was a really good fight.
Yeah, that
so
was
close.
awesome, Mike.
Yeah, good job. All right, guys.
Sorry,
we'll leave it there,
Mike.
and we'll-
I tried.
Sorry, Mike. I mean, Tulak shouldn't have chickened out when that monster came out.
Oh, that's
yeah,
fine. He
well,
died
you
a
just
hero's
tried-
death.
yeah. No, you didn't just try. You succeeded for sure. Because if you had stayed to fight, you might have lost more than one person if everybody had stayed. So that was it was a good sacrifice.